Going live. My audio works on my end. Let me know, guys, if my audio works, if everything works. Nice little double check that we all like to do before the stream begins. Let me double check this. Good, 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 good. All right. Everything good? Audio good? Is everything running right, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right, good, good. Yep, good comms. All right, awesome. Good to hear. Hello, Dakota. So we're going to wait for a little bit of people to jump into it before we get into all the drama that happened. I mean, I feel like more drama happened after the stream than during the stream. And there was a lot of drama that happened during the stream. So we're going to talk about it all. First super chat of the stream from Kairu, $5 super chat. He's late, canceled Lamau, but seriously though, take your time. I will. This is going to be a lot more of a chill stream, but there's a lot of drama to discuss. I got Keemstar on my fucking ass. There's just a lot of stuff, and I'm going to get into it in a second. Logan in with $2 super chat. Hello, senpai. What's happening? I'm not senpai, but there's a lot of stuff happening. All right. I just got confirmation from H2O Delirious himself through an email that I can share information that he talked to me about. I'm not going to get, again, into details, but I just got a hold of H2O Delirious through email, and H2O Delirious, I'll be able to give some sort of statement that he is giving as well. Again, like I said, I am not here to sit here and push an agenda or switch my intentions or anything. So going forward, I just want to be able, if I can hear any information, I will share it. If I get caught in the crossfire and people hate me, so what? That'll happen. It'll probably die down. I will get over it. It's no big deal. I'm not whatever Keem is saying that I'm chasing clout or whatever. If I hear information, I will talk about it, and that's what I've always done. I've just talked about this information and gave my opinion. So we will see. We will see what H2O Delirious has to say. We'll see what Keemstar has to say. Keemstar's just been commenting about it, and he made some vague tweets that he's going to talk about it during a drama alert, probably. We're going to look at all that, and then we're going to look at what some commentary channels are saying, and yada, yada, yada. If Ohm decides that he wants to send me any other information while it's during this stream, a future stream, whatever, he's more than welcome to make a statement on here as well. Vagabond, $50 super chat. First and foremost, let me just say I trust you. I just wanted to say that regardless of what you saw, the email being faked is at least plausible, likely, no, easy to do, no, but within the real plausibility. But I do believe what you had to say. Well, I very much appreciate it, and those who don't, I don't blame them. I very much appreciate the $50 super chat, but like I said, there are things that need to be discussed, obviously, and I feel like talking to you guys what the real reason was why Delirious's account was suspended was important. So I will share what Delirious has to say about this, and then it's just something that you're going to have to take into account. You're going to hear a statement from Ohm, you're going to hear statements from Delirious, you're going to hear statements from other outsiders, other commentary channels, Keemstar, whoever. You're going to hear statements from me, and wherever you fall along this spectrum that you're going to believe why the Twitter account was suspended. And again, we're not talking about what was talked about for the last few months. We're talking about this Twitter suspension. I mean, there's just a lot to talk about. And if the Twitter suspension is real or fake, it's going to turn the tide regardless. If Delirious were to admit that, yes, he was these alt accounts and he did this, which I believe he is these accounts from what I've seen, then it's going to make us looking back on that other stuff not seem so pro-Delirious anymore. It might make us think, well, since he did that, it makes a little more sense that he did that, and yada, yada, yada. So, like I said before, the story is just getting bigger and bigger, and the story is starting to amplify a little bit more, and that's one thing I agree with Keemstar. The H2O Delirious story is getting a little more insane, like he said on Twitter, and it is something that needs to be talked about and discussed. I do think, honestly, that I'm just going to give a quick recap for anybody who's in the stream that is confused or whatever. So pretty much, Delirious' Twitter account was suspended. Nobody really knew why. Ohmwrecker reached out to me after a stream. I said if I were ever to get a real statement from anyone saying, hey, why was the Twitter account suspended? Do you have proof of this? Would people believe me if I was not able to share that information? Because if you're going to have proof of his Twitter account being suspended, it's probably going to be if you're in contact with Twitter. And we can all assume that that would be the case, that that's the way to find out the information. Well, the only people who would have the information from Twitter would be Delirious, who he's the one with the account being suspended, or two, whoever reported the account for whatever reason, because Twitter does give you updates on that stuff. And I'm going to show you proof that even the automated machine sending you updates gives you information, and Ohmwrecker provided that so people can understand, yes, you can get updates. It's not, Twitter naturally just hands the privacy, it's not really privacy, but the information of what, if the Twitter account is suspended, how long, if they're blocked, if they're banned, if they're whatever, and the Twitter and what they're suspended for. They do give that information back to the person who reported it. Twitter does do that, and it's important to do that. Farron05, $2 super chat. Keem calling someone else a clout chaser. What the fuck? Yeah, he is, and that's something that I'm going to talk about today, and why, I'll bring up my tweets. Again, there's a lot of stuff to review, and the only reason why I'm doing this stream today isn't to just continue what was yesterday. We talked about what was yesterday. I tried to argue what I saw over and over again and try to get people to understand my intention with that. And if you believe going forward, my intention is just to shut down Delirious, which isn't the case. I have emails with him. I'm talking to him right now. If you believe that my intention is just to do what I can to try to unravel the truth and come to a conclusion about one thing that's going on so we can move on, then this will be a lot easier of a stream. If you think that I'm just here to take Ohm's side and be just like Ohmwrecker, or I've seen people call me, you're just like Keemstar, whatever. If you're just here to throw those insults, this isn't the stream for you. And more than likely, you're going to get shit on by anybody else who is trying to listen and try to hear any info or see what I'm trying to present. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. Now, if you disagree with me, you're more than welcome to bring up those disagreements in the chat. If you want to send in a super chat and say you disagree and you don't believe me 100%, that is completely fine. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying the insults, the comparisons, the theories that I'm trying to flip-flop and be on Ohm's side all of a sudden and agree with him about everything, that's just not true. Me trying to take down Delirious, that's not true. Again, what do I have to benefit by having a lot of this flack come my way? What do I have to benefit from that? I mean, people might say, oh, you're just doing it for the clout. You're doing it for the views. I mean, yeah, no. I could benefit doing other shit for clout and get a lot more likes and get a lot more appreciated doing this, and that. I'd make another Avengers versus Minilad video. I'd make more Rage Meter videos if I wanted the clout. I mean, I know there's other ways and other things that can get me more views than what I'm doing now. Why would I bother doing this for the clout and the views? Again, I just had the information come. I thought other people would want to know, and that's that. So instead of me sitting down and explaining it constantly, I will now move on from recapping. That's pretty much what it's all about. I got information from Ohmwrecker. I saw the proof. I saw the evidence. It's not able to be shared for multiple reasons, and I'm here to answer a lot of the questions, and we'll do a lot of that. $5 super chat from Magnus the Red. Like I said on Discord, you memed Ohm for that trust me bro stuff. We gotta meme you for doing it now, even if you can't show it. I'm fine with being memed about that. Do the whole trust me bro thing on me. That's fine. But just keep in mind, I asked you guys during a live stream, I'm like, hey, and I think I even memed it too. I said, if I do this, people are gonna meme me. I knew it was gonna come. But I did ask you guys, I'm like, hey, if I end up sitting here looking at information, evidence, proof, and I knew it was real, would you guys want me to share that information or keep my mouth shut? I had 53% say yes, 30-something% say maybe, and a small, like, 7-8% say no. So the overwhelming majority of people want me to at least share it or maybe share it, so I thought you guys would probably want to hear what I know about the Twitter suspension on Delirious and go from there. And that's, again, all my only intention with it. That was the only intention. Grizzly5, member for 3 months, level 1 support. Hey, thank you for becoming level 1 supporter. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you use the green name and chat responsibly. Thank you for becoming a level 1 supporter. Thank you for becoming a member. Actually, you've been a member for a while, for 3 months, so I really do appreciate that. Right, or do you set it for 3 months? Again, I'm unsure about those memberships and stuff like that, but yeah. TJV, just smile and wave. Probably going to be used for a clip later. Lord Nelson Gamer, $10 super chat. Just another average day on YouTube with the whole draw crap going on. How you been? I've been peachy. I went out last night with my girlfriend and my friends and stuff like that. Went to go hang out, went to the bars, and a lot of this drama was just sort of distracting me. I was getting fucking comments on my videos from DRAMAALERT. The notification popped up on my phone. Messages on Discord. I mean, like, it was just a lot happening, so I was slightly distracted, but I got over it and I moved on. But again, it's a lot. It's very interesting. I'm just as curious as a lot of you guys who are into the drama and stuff like that. But regardless, let's get into exactly what it is. So I want to address one question that's been popping up. One question, and we'll probably end up seeing it if we're going to go look around. So there's a couple things that have popped up, and this information, there's nothing in here that's leaking any information. Ohm said I'm willing to show these, and I can show these. So something real quick that I want to argue back on, and this has been a constant question. So if anybody ever wants to argue this point, you can refer them back to this timestamp or any timestamp in this video, and this would be my argument back to that question or that concern or whatever the thing is. $5 super chat from Lord Nelson Gamer. I meant drama egg on my head. It's all good. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. So people start to argue, Twitter can't reveal that information. They can't reveal that information. And I'm like, what information are you talking about? Like, there's nothing on there that was revealing of H2O Delirious. It didn't have his real name. It didn't have where he lived. It didn't have, his birth certificate. There wasn't that private information. They're like, no, you can't, like, reveal that the Twitter account was suspended. You can't reveal what Twitter accounts were suspended. You can't do that. Well, this is an automated computer from Twitter, support@twitter.com. This is one of the accounts that have been, breaking the rules and stuff like that. And this is something that Ohm has had. When you go to report an account, you can get a message like this from Twitter. And this is a machine sending the message back, not an actual person. And if they allow their machines to send that information back, I'm sure somebody who works higher up on Twitter is allowed to share information. Again, don't know the exact rules, don't know the privacy rules, don't know any of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying this is a machine, an automated message being sent, and this is an example. It says right here, your report about this Twitter account has been received. Thanks for your report. After our review, we've locked the account for breaking our rules. And accounts can be locked, or they can be suspended, or banned, or blocked, or whatever the thing is, okay? So yes, you can do that. If that's not enough proof, let me pull up this. There's another incidents where they say exactly what in the rules they are being banned for. So yes, they can be specific about what the account did. So right here, an update on your reports. Again, this is from Ohmwrecker as well, when he's been reporting accounts for whatever they've done. And these two accounts could have been, banned, whatever, in trouble for these things. An update on your reports. Thanks again for letting us know. Our investigations found these accounts violated the Twitter rules. Again, investigation. We've been talking about Twitter doing an investigation on Delirious. They do these things. The stuff isn't made up. This is the Twitter account violating our rules against abuse and harassment, a very specific part of their rules. And then this other account, violating our rules against hateful conduct. We appreciate your help for improving everyone's experience on Twitter. You can learn more about reporting abusive behavior here. Yada, yada, yada. So, having said this, there are accounts that are being reported. Now, regardless if the account is being reported for a just reason or not, Twitter found it was just, and they thanked and said these Twitter accounts are violating rules. People might say now, I see somebody in the chat, Lamau, you just outed yourself and Ohm for mass reporting accounts. Twitter agrees that these are legit reports. These are good reports. So no, they're not mass reporting accounts. If these accounts are being tweeted, now again, I don't know how many accounts Ohm has mass reported. I mean, if he's mass reported a lot of people, I don't agree with that. But these reports right here that Ohm has made against these accounts are legit. They are legit. And Twitter agrees, yes, they're breaking the rules, so they'll lock them out, they'll suspend them, they'll ban them, whatever the case may be. At TJV, so does this disregard people say where they say you can't grab someone else's information on Twitter? It depends what they mean by information. Again, this term has been going around that Twitter can't show information to Ohm. Be specific about what information, because I saw the correct amount of information being pulled. The Twitter app, who they're talking about, you know, what rules are they being suspended for? Is it a permanent? Is it a lockout? Is it a suspension? All that information is fine with sharing because these automated messages do it already. So yes, somebody at Twitter can share this information. Why are the automated messages would be allowed to, but somebody at Twitter sharing that with Ohm wouldn't be? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like, yes, if you talk about like other information, then yes, maybe Ohm shouldn't be shared that information. But I don't think Twitter has done that, and I don't think Twitter would do that. And I haven't seen them do that. I just saw the correct amount of information being shared to, you know, show the proof, and it lines up with what Twitter does. Now, other social media accounts, like if it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever, they might not share that information, but Twitter does. And I'm just proving the information is here. Here's proof of that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but this is something else to add up for anybody who's trying to argue Twitter can't share the information with Ohm. Yeah, they can, and I don't know if you know what you're talking about. A lot of people want to say it breaks the privacy violations and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. Again, don't know what those privacy violations would be for. I don't know if it's meant for certain situations and like people who use Twitter, not really people who work at Twitter, because this is private information being shared, and I think it's important for people to know. So again, if it was wrong of me and I'm breaking a privacy violation for sharing it, well, then you know that at least I'm sharing something that is real, and Twitter can come after me for that or suspend my account or do whatever. And if they do, that would suck, and it would make me upsetty spaghetti. But again, it's whatever. It's Twitter, and I would get over it. Magnus the Red, $5 super chat. You said yesterday that you can't show the email because it showed identifying information, along with Ohm making you promise not to. Yeah, I told Ohm that I would not do it. Ohm didn't want me to do it. It showed some identifying information. Plus, I have nothing really to show. I didn't screen record it. I didn't screenshot it. I didn't do nothing. I was being honest with him. I told him, hey, if you share me the information, I will give back the honesty. But you got to be showing me honesty if you're going to be showing me this information. He did. Screen shared it, everything. It's a real email from Twitter. Somebody who works at Twitter. This is real. This is real stuff that I saw. Again, if I could show you the information, if I had the information, I would love to show you. But again, if Ohm is wishing not to, and if it's going to violate any sort of rules and I'm going to get Ohm in trouble for sharing that stuff, do I do it or do I not? Now, this is where a lot of people might agree or disagree. Like, yeah, share it. Who cares if Ohm gets in trouble? But then, yada, 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 whatever. I don't know. I mean, we're already talking about it. So again, I agree with people when people sit here and say, why don't you just share the email? Why don't you just share the email? You're already talking about it and saying everything about it. Well, yeah, I agree. I would love to share it. It's not in my hands to share that information. I'm just saying this is what I saw, and I would like to do it. If you want to question me about it like you are, that's completely fine. So it is what it is. We're going to get into other people's streams at the same time. At TGV, not trying to post hate, just asking a legitimate question. How does this prove their delirious alt accounts? because the email was specifically saying that Delirious was attempting ban evasion and having alt accounts, and it had alt accounts listed in the email as well. So like Survey Junkie Now, the Ray Harper account or whatever, you know, it was listing these alt accounts that Ohm has been saying for a long time. These alt accounts are Delirious because they wouldn't have known this certain information unless they were Delirious. And that's where Ohm's suspicion probably came from. And this Twitter email account said, yes, they are coming from the exact same person, Delirious. Again, don't know any other logistics on how, but like that's the information I'm getting from Twitter. And I'm going to trust the company of Twitter as of right now. You know, I'm not really even trusting in Ohm. I'm just trusting in what Ohm received in an email. So I'm going to be trusting Twitter. So where did I get my source from? From an email from Twitter that I was shown. Not necessarily the guy who got the email. He got the email because he reported and made reports for legitimate reasons. If he was being stalked and harassed, I'd hope he would report that account. But whether or not it was Delirious, that was up to Twitter to make that final decision. And they made that decision in the email. That's all I'm trying to say. What juice you rocking today? I have a blue raspberry. I don't know where it is right now. I would show you the bottle, but blue raspberry vape today. Regardless, that was one thing I just wanted to... that is one thing. At TJV, is it okay to detail tiny amounts of information from the statements Delirious gave you? Yes. Okay, so I'll get into the Delirious statements in a minute. Or actually, I'll get into them actually right now. I don't mind getting into them right now. The difference between the email that Ohm showed me is that I don't have anything. I wrote down some notes about it. I discussed most of it yesterday, but I don't have something to actually read. The Delirious statements, he said, sure, you can share the information. It's no big deal, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Say hi to Crow's Discord. They are watching. Crow's Discord. Is it Crow Judgment? Are they watching me? No way. Hello, Crow, if you guys are watching. Hopefully Crow would say something in the chat. I haven't talked to him in a while. Okay, so this is it. I first started the conversation with Delirious because I wanted to know more information about this. His Twitter account just got suspended. I couldn't follow him. He wasn't following me on Twitter. We couldn't really send messages back and forth on Twitter. His Twitter account was suspended, so I reached out to his business email hoping I would get a reply. I never got a reply for a while. I put all my information. I gave him my Discord tag. I gave him everything. I said, reach out to me on pretty much anything. I would like to talk to you about this stuff. Didn't hear anything for about 2 days, and then he messaged me today right before the stream. Kyle Crest, $5 super chat. So I could have missed this, but is there an actual like visual proof of those alts accounts threaten people, or is it just being stated? There is. You can look up like the Ray Harper account sending emojis of a baby and a gun and then stating the baby's name. It's kind of an implied threat. I don't know if you count that as a legitimate threat. To me, whoever's behind that Twitter account knows damn well what they're fucking doing, and it is fucking terrifying, and information being shared that only that victim and Delirious may know. I mean, and there's some other coincidence, like a couple hours after something happens, they all of a sudden get a message and yada yada yada. I mean, there's screenshots out there, and it's been shared around. If you go back and look at the Ohmwrecker interviews, they show the screenshots there, and if Delirious is behind those screenshots, you know, those accounts, then that's where the scary thing comes into play. So yes, if you look up the information, I mean, I can probably pinpoint a couple places for you to do it, but yeah. $5 super chats from mgrizzly5. I'm going to leave, but rewatch this for work because it gets me through the day. Have a great night. Well, I don't know how drama gets you through the day, but if it helps you, it helps you. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Yeah. So I would be very scared and pissed if that was my kid. Exactly. Just put yourself in the victim's shoes. I mean, if you got, you know, these messages of these emojis, this cryptic message like they're going to shoot your baby, and then they state your baby's name, and you're like, whoa, I don't even know who the fuck they is, and they know my baby's name. I mean, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, it would scare the shit out of you. So, like, That's what the victim took it as. I can see the screenshots and say, hey, I know damn well whoever's sending that knows exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But it is what it is. $5 super chat from TC Mopars. No message, though. Thank you for $5 super chat. Now, regardless, I'm going to get into at TJV, what if Liz did this? I mean, I'm not going to throw the assumption that Liz did it. I mean, it is tracked back to Delirious's account. Again, don't know how they tracked it back to Delirious's account, and Delirious is behind it, but Twitter did that. They did their investigation. That is questions for Twitter on how they do that stuff. I don't know how they do that stuff, but they did it. I'm assuming it has something to do with IP addresses and other stuff like that. Maybe. I have no idea. I'm sure maybe Twitter might even be working with law enforcement on it if it's really that big of a deal. But again, I don't know what the extent of the investigation is going. I didn't see anything in the email that Ohm showed me. I didn't see any of that. So that's that. Regardless, though, I want to get into what Delirious said to me. I pretty much told him if he has any information, I'd like to hear about it. Whether I can share it or not, doesn't matter. I'd just like to hear something from him. He stated my email went to his junk folder first, so that's interesting. I don't know why it did. And then he stated that he was suspended because Ohmwrecker flagged him for harassment and said that Delirious is a stalker. So that's what Delirious said to me. He said, I got flagged for harassment and because Ohm said I was a stalker. That's what Delirious stated. I sat here and I said, I know what I saw. The email said that you actually were harassing and, you know, whether the stalking things and took it into play, you were making alt accounts. I know what I saw in that. And that's what I told him. And then Delirious just replied saying, well, again, I was suspended from his stalking story. And Delirious is looking to talk to Twitter himself. He's looking forward to that. He never got anything saying he was permanently suspended. I did see that it did say this is not a temporary suspension, meaning it's a permanent suspension. So they got probably different things for whatever reason, but he never saw that it was a permanent suspension. Delirious did want to point out that he says, I will say, I put in the same amount of work looking into his background that he has for me. Delirious says, I've never looked farther into Ohmwrecker than his background that I would need to know for whatever reason, but Ohm has done the same amount of looking into my background. So Delirious is making the point, if I'm a stalker, Ohm's a stalker. That's what he's trying to make. That doesn't really line up with the whole alt account information. I mean, like, if you wouldn't really need to make alt accounts to look into that information. I mean, I don't have to make an alt account to look at Keemstar's tweets. I just go into a private browsing and then look up Keemstar and I can see his public tweets, you know, because it's a public Twitter account and you're able to see that stuff. And the same thing with Ohmwrecker. So, like, if he did want to make an alt Twitter account or whatever, I don't think he would have to. But again, that's just something that I heard from Delirious. And then I asked, are you okay with me sharing this information in a stream? He said, sure. He just wishes this was over. He lives in drama and I hate drama, claiming that Ohm lives in drama, but I hate drama. It's no fun, makes everyone's lives terrible. I've always been a happy person, but Ohm has drained my happiness. He's always had a way of doing this before he lost his mind. And then he said that I should hold on 1 second, let me pull this up. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much what he said there. He just wishes this is over. He doesn't want all the drama. He doesn't want any of this stuff. He doesn't want any of this information. He doesn't want any of that. And that's what it is. TJV, he's not denying them. He's just giving his story. Well, that's the thing. He's not really denying any of the alt accounts. And I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying he's not really... He's claiming that he isn't making threats. He isn't doing that. He's looking into Ohm the same amount Ohm is looking into him. Maybe the case, maybe not be the case. We're talking about alt accounts who have not only harassed Ohm, but who have also harassed these girls who are coming out with stories about Delirious. And Twitter is saying, yes, Delirious is behind it, from what I saw from the email. And then his final statement being, hey, drama's terrible. It ruined, it's terrible for everyone. He just doesn't want nothing to do with the drama anymore. Unfortunately, that's not exactly how the internet goes. If you're involved in some sort of drama and you have actions and people are mad at you about it, you're going to live with that drama. People are going to constantly bring it up. Now, I don't know if Delirious will be receiving any flack or if he has received any flack for this at all. That's something that time will tell, and we'll see if it continues to be brought up or not. But that is what Delirious said to me in an email. Okay? Again, don't want to believe me, don't believe me, but I got an email from Delirious. Does anybody need proof? Do you want me to show that I talked to his business email about it? I don't think it's that big of a deal to share it, but I can do it. $2 super chat from Ohmwrecker Moments. What if Delirious is being quiet and waiting? LOL. I don't know what waiting for what he'd be waiting for necessarily. Alright, show, is there any private information here? I'm just going to screenshot it real quick. Pulling out the snipping tool, so my screen's going to go completely white here in a second. I'll show the last message, and then you can go back and rehear what I said before if you want to do the others. Flashbang inbound. Okay, okay, so that's that. Okay, I just screenshotted it. I'm pulling it out for you. Boom. It's so Delirious to me. Sure, just wish this was over. He lives in drama and I hate drama. It's no fun and makes everyone's lives terrible. I've always been a happy person, but Ohm has drained my happiness. He always had a way of doing that before he lost his mind. And that's pretty much what it says from H2O Delirious. Do I need more proof of that or not? I'm sure H2O Delirious, if he's watching, he can just jump in the chat and say, yes, that's me. But I don't know if he's watching or not. Again, I don't think that this should be the main thing to argue about whether or not this is real or not. It's his business email. I mean, you can find his business email attached to his community page. It's business@h2odelirious.com or whatever. Kairu, $2 super chat. Is it possible that Ohm lied to Twitter? Even if Ohm lied to Twitter, Twitter ran their own investigation and they found their own proof that he's behind the accounts. Twitter doesn't work. You can't provide proof to Delirious. They will find their own proof. So, yeah, even if Ohm lied to Twitter and falsely reported, Ohm would be at fault. And I didn't see anything of Ohm being at fault. I saw Ohm just reporting it to Twitter and reporting, hey, these are the other alt accounts through an email, and they were replying saying, okay, it's not a temporary suspension, this is real, this is blah, 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 whatever, and they stated everything I stated yesterday. So I don't think he could have lied to him, and that would have happened. But I don't know. Lou Moments, $2 super chat, wait for the courts, and we'll speak up then. All right, and if people want to wait, they'll wait. That's fine. Y'all happy now? There's the proof, yeah. I could screenshot that because it's my own email with Delirious. I didn't screenshot what Ohm had with Twitter because I told him I wouldn't. You know, he didn't want that information to be with me on my own computer. Ohm probably doesn't have much trust in me. He thinks I probably share it with people. I have no idea. But he was comfortable and trustworthy of me enough to see the information and then report on it. So that's exactly what it is. I bet Ohm is watching. Yeah, he probably is watching. I mean, he wants to know. Everyone wants to know. I bet Delirious wants to know. He wants to know what people are thinking about this information. So yeah, don't be shocked if it's not only them watching. Keemstar was watching yesterday, and I didn't think he'd be watching. He's probably watching right now. He's probably despising the fact about that. And we're going to get into that next. The whole Keemstar thing, that's going to be interesting. So let's pull up that. So first off, Keemstar's Twitter. I gotta pull up a private browsing. I'm not signed in because this is a private browsing or whatever. Down here, H2O story is getting insane. Hashtag drama alert. This was right around when I started live streaming, so I don't know if this popped up or not, but it's a picture of H2O Delirious behind a jail cell, and that's what he posted there. No other information he posted on his Twitter as far as I know. There's no other information, but that is what it is. Zombie Fox. Trevor, do you know how Twitter handles people reporting? They look at the specific tweet that someone reports, not all the tweets someone makes. I never said that. And it's not even tweets either. You can report people for DMs. You can report multiple tweets. You know, they can report specific tweets. They can report messages. Again, it's Zombie Fox. If you want to argue about this, about what Twitter goes into, let's pull up the information. Let's see what they report. I saw the legitimate email from Twitter, and if you don't believe me, that's fine. But I'm not going to argue about, like, they don't look at all the tweets. They look at specific tweets. I'm not even talking about tweets that Delirious made. I'm talking about DMs. Like, he would message these people on Twitter, these threats and harassments and all this other stuff. So, again, this is just another example. Like, people are going to come at me and say, oh, well, Twitter is doing this or that, or this is not what they do. They do this. And I'm like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about these alt accounts and private DMs doing this stuff, and you can report people. So, it is what it is, but I think that's all that Keem said. Yeah, that's all that I saw that Keem said about that, so. Now, moving on to the other stuff. So, Keem said that. Keem said the the Delirious story is getting insane, yada, yada, yada. And then... Vagabond says, at TJV, I think people are trying to make the point that what you're saying and what they believe Twitter's policy is don't line up. Again, if someone would like to link me Twitter's policy and let me reread a section of it that doesn't line up with whatever I said or whatever happened, then I'd be more than welcome to read it and try to give some sort of explanation if it doesn't line up. But if it clearly does not line up and there's a problem, then I'm going to shoot a DM about it and be like, hey, this doesn't really line up with the email that you got. Or hell, that would be even a matter of, since I know that email came from Twitter, I'd tweet at fucking Twitter or whatever and say, hey, well, why didn't this line up? I kind of saw a private email, and what you did didn't really line up with your policy at all. And maybe they would correct if the policy applies to them at that point or not, because most of what's in the privacy policy has to do with regular members as well, that you got to, you know, there's a thing about privacy, and there's also things about them where they have to keep privacy about certain things as well. I don't think Twitter violated any privacy or any policy about privacy at all. I don't think they did by sharing the information they did with Ohm. So, again, just my thought on it, but I could be wrong. Just glad to see that Delirious emailed you back. I'm going to go have a good stream as much as it is. I still want to wait to see more info, but I appreciate your info, TJB. Thank you. It means a lot. And again, at the end of the day, if you don't believe it and you just want to wait for more info, that is completely fine. I want to overly stress that as much as I possibly can. So that's that. Okay. So I will show you guys real quick what Keemstar said, Killer Keemstar said, and I think I'll actually go to my Twitter about this because that will be a lot easier to do than anything else. So first, I gave my statements right here, so we'll review those statements. This is my statement. I have seen proof from of H2O Delirious having alt accounts and being permanently suspended off Twitter. It is real. I am unable to show anything due to Ohmwrecker and his conversation with Twitter being private, and I have nothing to show. So I literally don't have an email to show, and the conversations between them are private, and I don't want to leak any, the screenshots of the email and have just that be public. I can just share with what I saw, and that was the that was the stipulation that me and Ohm had for me if I was able to see these and stuff. The second part I said is I can only speak for what I saw. If you disagree with me and don't want to believe me, that is fine. I do not blame you. I have the only intention to speak truthfully about what I saw. Thank you. And that's what I said over on my Twitter. Second thing, right here. On top of this, I do not retract any prior statements I made. I only speak on this new info about Delirious accounts, and I think I made it because of the Keemstar thing, so I should read that one first. If you look at 202, you'll see a long debate I had with 3 people who don't believe you, LOL. I'm just glad I didn't get caught in it. I will look at it in just a minute. I do want to look at the Twitter replies, but again, there's other information we should probably cover first. At Keemstar doesn't understand. So again, these are just some messages he sent in my live chat for my stream yesterday, and I haven't. Flip-flopping jokes. So he thinks I'm flip-flopping sides. That's what Keemstar thinks. You pushed false narratives for clout from H2O fan base. I don't think I've ever gotten contact with a fan base of another content creator and pushed a false narrative. I think what I got is my information from anyone who would tweet back at Ohmwrecker, or that would tweet at me, or that would send me information through Discord. Now, if they are from a fan base of H2O Deliriouses, they might be, but it doesn't mean necessarily they were wrong just because they're a fan of somebody. And I like how Keemstar's tried to point this out. Just because I have I'm a fan of somebody's and I like their content doesn't mean necessarily that they're 100% biased, or if they shouldn't have a bias, then they wouldn't have a good voice to speak up on in the first place. Now, again, if you're blindly saying no to evidence and proof, that's where you can be called out heavily for it. But I don't ever recall getting anything specifically from an H2O fan base and pushing false narratives or anything. Now you are going to cancel him for clout. You a loser. He got me there. Now you're going to cancel him for clout. You a loser. So apparently I'm a loser because I'm canceling Delirious for clout, but I just received an email from Delirious and shared his side of the story he gave me. He didn't necessarily deny anything. He denied that he wasn't doing the threats thing, but he didn't deny the alt accounts or anything else. He just gave his side of the story. And now I'm apparently... Now you're going to cancel him for clout, you a loser. You a loser. Okay, I guess I lost. The second thing he said is right here. This guy says whatever he thinks will get you viewers to like him. He's fake AF. You see, people thought for a while that when I said hashtag Keem versus TJV, I was just doing it because, to be tough or whatever or anything. No, I've disagreed a lot with what Keem has said before. Cope more. See, I knew somebody was going to show up, and it just so happens to be him, me talking about him. So we'll focus a little more time on him since he's here. But hello, Keem. Welcome to the stream. But I've said Keem versus TJV for a long time. There should be a boxing match set up, 100%. There's nobody who would want to box Keemstar more than me. Actually, there's a lot of people who don't like Keemstar, so I might have to fight my way for the top to be able to box him. But apparently I got to cope more, whatever he said. Is that what it said? Yep, cope more. So apparently I do. But what he's saying here is this guy says whatever he thinks will get you viewers to like him. If I said whatever to get viewers to like me or whatever, why would I come out against Delirious if the overwhelming majority of people are against Delirious? That doesn't make any sense. And this is where Keemstar's logic starts to fall apart. Keemstar wants to sit here and state that I will say whatever to get viewers to like me. Then why the hell would I sit here and do that? And why the hell would I come out with a story that's against Delirious? Why would I come out with information that's against Delirious if I was going for clout? Like I said before, I could do anything else. I could sit here and call out Ohmwrecker and say, oh, he tried sharing me an email, but it's obviously fake, and Ohmwrecker's just mass reporting Delirious. I could be saying everything in the book about Ohm and saying how bad he is, because that's what I've been doing. I've been criticizing Ohm for such a long time, but Keemstar's just like, okay, so he's doing this now, and obviously it's pissing him off. It's probably because he didn't break the scoop or whatever, or that now he has to refer back to this if he's going to cover the scoop. Or if he doesn't do it, it's going to be pretty apparent that he doesn't mention this stream or me or anything else. Keemstar doesn't like me, and I don't understand the mass dislike he has. Like, when I saw these, I thought, oh, that's interesting. I thought he would have dropped whatever beef it was a long time ago. Apparently not, but I'm completely fine if he doesn't want to drop the beef at all. Tabor, $5 super chat. Thank you for $5 super chat. It means a lot. But like I said, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Tyler Fido super chat, got to do a Mortal Kombat ladder to fight Keemstar. Apparently, I got to go through all these other YouTubers who also want to box Keemstar and get my way there. And trust me, I'll do it. No problem. Again, like I said, I told my friends all the time, like, you know, some of my friends who are really into YouTube, they'll sit here and be like, if you do box Keem, would you box more YouTubers? I'm like, no, I'd retire after Keemstar. Like, I just want to box Keemstar, whoop his ass, and I'd be all good to go. So again, hopefully Keemstar will send me that boxing contract or whatever. You know, it's probably going to be him and his team setting it up more than likely, because I don't got a team or anything like that. But hopefully he sends me something. I mean, my email's open, trevorjeanvalentine@gmail.com. It's also on the About page on my YouTube channel. So Keemstar, I know you're old, but you're able to, you know, find your way to the About page, right? Just wanted to double check. If you need help, you know, I can message you on Twitter. Tabor, $5 super chat. Who's Keemstar? Meant to send that in my last super chat. Sorry. Keemstar's Drama Alert. If you haven't seen one of them, you're one of the lucky few who haven't been able to see a Drama Alert video. But okay, that's enough of me shitting on him. $2 super chat. He's just mad because you got the scoop first. That's what I think. That's what my friends think too. I'm like, Ohm didn't go to him about it, and I don't see Delirious going to Keemstar about it. So Keemstar is going to have to get his information from somebody else, because he's definitely not going to get a contact from them. $2.79 super chat from Reactionless. Keem covers multimedia. TJV covers specific. Yeah, I do. I cover very specific stuff too. I mean, like, I'm not even like eating into anything that he's doing. I'm not like just reacting to everything that he talks about or anything like that. I just cover like more of the Vanos crew stuff. It's more of my field. Does pretty well for me. I'm going to do what I got to do. But, oh, that just pisses him off, I bet. I mean, he had to come in here and say all that shit. Ooh. Don't worry. He made a full-ass comment, too. And I'll say exactly what it is. $10 super chat from Brucifer. Keem can't fathom the fact that a reasonable adult can change their position based on new evidence. The man's 40 years old and hasn't learned that yet. He never will. I mean, maybe that is. Maybe he thinks that I'm like my position on it, on one specific part of all of this drama, because there's a lot of different parts. Keem, you said yourself that this shit's getting insane. It is. It's pretty insane sort of story, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm sure, Keem, you're gonna have your team, or do you work on it? You're gonna make a great Drama Alert video. I'm sure it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna have such a good laugh during it. It's gonna be an amazing Drama Alert video. But you can't understand that, you know, it's not just black and white. You're not going to just say, okay, Ohm's wrong and Delirious is right, or Delirious is wrong and Ohm is right. That there might be stuff that, you know, contradicts. I mean, there might be some stuff that you agree with Ohm about, and there might be some stuff that you agree with Delirious about, and it might be a back and forth thing for a little bit. For this is one of those cases. I agree with Ohm that, yes, Delirious is wrong for what he did in the Skype call, and Delirious even thinks that he's wrong for what he did. Okay? It's wrong that basically I Do Work was, you know, involved in that for the whole prank thing. Ohm was right about that information, and Keem even said he was right. So when I come forward and I say, hey, I got shown proof of this, and Keem's getting all, like, testy in my live chat and in my comments about it and all this other stuff, it kind of just shows that Keem has to be mad about something. I mean, he can't be mad at me about thinking that Ohm is right on something. If I've seen proof, and, you know, if you were to just think, hey, if he did see proof, he would be right about this stuff, I think he's mad because of something else, and I think a lot of you guys have hit it right on the head. It's because he didn't break the scoop. It's because he's not getting the emails or the messages or the DMs, or he's not getting shown this proof. You know, Keemstar, hell, like, I was going to say, I'd be half tempted to, like, tell you about everything that I did in DMs and stuff like that, but I feel like the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to request you to set up the boxing match sooner rather than later. But, again, I don't know. Hydro Viper Fang, $2 super chat. A 40-year-old man getting mad at sloppy seconds. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, that's pretty much what it is. I don't know. And I like it all the time. I get compared to Keemstar all the time. It is so hilarious. I think me and Keem might be actually slightly more similar than he might think. So, like, you know, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Maybe he just doesn't like somebody that, you know, resembles him a little bit. Some people come by and say, like, I'm the better version of Keemstar. Maybe that gets him a little upset. I mean, I wouldn't imagine. He has so many followers, and I'm just a small little blimp on the map. I mean, I wouldn't imagine, but it gets him to fucking comment on here. So that's interesting. $20 super chat vagabond. For the Skype call, people were a lot more blunt with their language back then. It is possible the girl was 18 plus. The crew just took advantage of H2O's ignorance to crap on him. I saw Wildcat's tweets and all, but still, again, whatever. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Whatever the ideal is, H2O admitted to doing that. She was underage. It did happen. Whatever was in the tweet longer, whatever they tweeted about a while, and whatever people covered about the situation, they usually were covering true statements that both sides could agree on. Ohm says, yes, it did happen, but Ohm also came by and said that they whitewashed it a lot, and basically I do work to help whitewash it with Delirious and made it seem a lot less worse than what it was. $2 super chat from Gleg. New host of Drama Alert. No, fuck no. If I had any say-so in Drama Alert, I would drop that fucking name instantly. And the classic slogan in the beginning that he always says, "What's up, Trebler Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar." First off, Killer Keemstar, that's cringy as hell. I would drop all of that. I'd probably make a parody of it. You know, it's probably what I would do. I'd change up the words, change up the color scheme, change up, the little intro. I'd change up a couple of the things. I wouldn't do that. Boxing as in literal boxing? Yes. I mean, like, let's go get our boxing license. I mean, I don't think Keemstar has his boxing license, so let's have him get his. I'll get mine, set up the fight. Somebody will take the fight. It'll be Keemstar's boxing debut, I think, right? So, like, how do I call in? To, like, here? You can message me on Discord and call me. You're more than welcome to call in. Logan N, $5 super chat. The fact that a dude with millions of followers gets ticked by your work lets you know you're doing it right. He isn't. Maybe. Ty with $2 super chat drops the name Drama Alert to alert drama. What's your Discord, clown? Alright. Here comes the insults. Alright. TJV hashtag 9588. TJV hashtag 9588. $2.79 super chat reactionless. Can we talk about Orange Yoshi real quick? I don't got Orange Yoshi. I do want to get a Orange Yoshi. I will go to friends. I don't know what your Discord name would be. I got a lot of people. I'm gonna have him call in. It's gonna be a real thing. Alright. I just got a friend request. I'm waiting to see. What is your name? That's what I want to know. Added. Okay, I'll get you in here in a second. $2.79 super chat. Look right and behind Orange Yoshi on shelf. That's red Yoshi right over there, not orange. Let me get Killer Keemstar in here. Oh, I found it. Alright, call me. I added you.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up, clown?
What's up? I guess we're doing the insults right away?
Well, yeah, you're a fucking clown. Like a fucking circus over here. Dude, when I interviewed, Ohmwrecker, whatever his name is, he's telling his story about everything that happened between him and H2O and the allegations that came out. And I'm interviewing him, right? You uploaded a stream over here, and you sat there and you fucking got on your knees to lick the ball sweat off of everybody in the fucking crew. You had Wildcat on here, fucking everyone. You had like 30,000 people in this stream, and you were like, guys, everybody's trying to attack H2O. Keemstar's lying, go H2O. You broke YouTube rules. You're lucky someone didn't turn you in for this. You were doing a live stream. You're telling people multiple times, go over and dislike Keemstar's video. Fucking number one fucking rule against YouTube. You can't do that shit. You're lucky you didn't get a fucking strike on that, you dumb fucker. Dude, and look, all these people in the chat saying boomer, mad, laughing out loud, you're the fucking idiots that listen to this clown. He fucking got you hook, line, and sinker. You stupid motherfucker, subscribe to this fucking idiot, right? Then his channel starts dying, right? Because he stops sucking the dick of the fucking, of H2O Delirious. Like, oh, he's innocent, guys. He's innocent. He's innocent. And then, you know, views are down. Then he hooks you fucking morons in the chat again by saying, oh, wait, actually, he's fucking guilty. Actually, Ohmwrecker is fucking right. Dude, listen, you're a fucking clown. All these people in the fucking chat are fucking stupid. Dude, you're all dumb. You're all being fucking used by this idiot. I wouldn't listen to a fucking word he says. He's on the wrong side of the history. We got the clips. We got the streams. We got all to prove it. Nobody's fucking crying. I'm laughing at your giant fucking failure, kid. And by the way, about you being like clout hungry and like sitting there and I'm defending the fucking crew and they're innocent and all that just so you can get views and subs and all that. And now when things are turning the other way, oh, I think he's guilty, guys. I think he's going down. Clout suck it again. Now you want to sit here and say, I love to box Keemstar. Who the fuck are you? First of all, I'm not getting in the ring with anyone other than H3. But dude, more clout sucking. You clout demon fucking loser. I'm not getting in the fucking ring with you. You're a failure. You were wrong the first time. You're probably gonna get something wrong this time. You broke YouTube's rules. Suck a dick. Bye.
I didn't want to laugh too loud when he was in here. He left the call. He's out. He left the call. Oh my god, I'm still in the call just in case he rejoins, because I know he's still going to be looking in the chat. He's going to be looking for what that reaction is afterwards and what everyone thinks. Alright guys, doesn't that kind of prove what I've been saying? Like, I didn't even be able to get a word in. Like, I wasn't able to sit here. He went on a straight Karen talk for like 5 fucking minutes. And if I were to be able to say something, I mean... He did say Ohmwrecker too. He did say Ohmwrecker. There's so many super chats in. I can't even read them right now. I'm still having a laugh. I didn't process. It's gonna take me rewatching that a couple times to process that. Okay, so he said he wouldn't get in the ring with me. That's disappointing. Fucking coward doesn't want to get in the ring with somebody. I mean, I'm a nobody. I'm just a clout chaser. So what the fuck's he afraid of? Absolutely nothing. He was only gonna get in the ring with H3, but he knows that's easy blood for him, that he could win the match. I'm still in the call too, just in case he rejoins and starts talking. Second, I wasn't even able to get a word in. He wouldn't let me say anything to him. Like, I was gonna ask him real quick. I'm like, what do you mean by like I'm clout chasing? And it's like he brought up like my channel died or whatever, and then I came back or whatever. Pinpoint to where that is, you know. And then he says that I'm siding with Ohm and I'm agreeing with him on everything. Bro, I've been against Ohm about everything. I said yesterday's stream that I still disagree with pretty much almost everything he said. I still disagree with Ohm about everything. What the fuck? He's still... Oh my god. I could have done two things. I could have fucking started screaming back, getting mad at him, but I was just so fucking happy. I'm only happy for one reason. One, a big fucking excuse me, choked on my spit. A big fucking lunatic like Keemstar, a boomer, an old man, whatever insult you want to throw at him. A big man like this wants to sit here and get so fucking pissed at me. No man like that is that pissed unless it's for a reason. And the reason is that he wasn't able to break this scoop. He wasn't able to break this scoop. He's mad and pissed off that Yes, I can sit here and say, hey, Ohm's right about something, and I don't get as much flack as he does. Whatever the fucking reason is, he will never admit what the reason is, but whatever the reason... Oh, he's back. Hello, Keem. Would you like to talk this time?
I want to keep talking about breaking the scoop. I broke the scoop months ago on fucking DRAMAALERT when I interviewed Ohmwrecker. What are you saying?
So you said Delirious had alt accounts back then, right? So you said...
What scoop did you break? What scoop did you break?
The whole alt account. I saw the email. I saw the proof.
Ohmwrecker did. Ohmwrecker did.
Where did he break that scoop at? All over Twitter, and nobody believed him, and then I saw the proof, and I'm like, hey, he's actually quite right.
Again, you're a clout chaser. You're literally saying to these idiots in the chat, who believe you, by the way, because they're idiots, right? Hey, he's mad because I broke this. You didn't break it. What are you saying? You're lying.
But okay, then what do you have to be so mad about? What do you have to be so mad about?
Keemstar's mad. Keemstar's mad. Does that make you feel better that fucking Keemstar's mad? Is that a big win for you?
It feels pretty fucking great, my guy.
You do fucking stupid. You act stupid. You say stupid shit. You get caught in a fucking lie over and over again, and someone calls you out. Oh, well, they're mad. Oh, they're mad. They're mad. What is this, 2006 fucking Xbox Live, you fucking loser? What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude.
What is wrong? Honestly, what is wrong with
being
you?
this
I broke this story. No, you didn't. You didn't, though. You didn't break the story. Now what? What do you got to say about that?
I just don't understand why you're so hostile. I'm not saying I'm not saying I didn't break the entire story, but I did break that. I saw the truth. I saw the evidence.
Why are you lying to these 675 people right now that you broke the story? Why? Why?
What are you talking? Dude, I'm not saying I broke the entire story. I never said that.
You didn't. You didn't. You didn't.
I never said I broke the entire story. I'm talking I saw the truth. I saw the evidence before anyone else. The only people it was between was Ohmwrecker. Dude, I can't even finish a statement with you, dude. This is you acting like a goddamn pussy, not let me finish a point.
How come when Wildcat called into your stream, did your fucking pussy start dripping? Did you start getting giddy like a little bitch? Why did that happen? Should we watch the clip? Can we bring the clip?
Because it's drama.
Because you're a fucking joke. You're a
Because I'm a joke.
You're a complete fucking joke.
So,
dude, there's like
laughing and joining,
allegations of child porn. There's allegations of fucking sexual, all this fucking horrible deep shit. And you're over here. They didn't do anything. They're fucking innocent. To just get all these fucking little losers in the chat.
Pull a clip. Pull that clip, Keemstar, where I shout that to the heavens. Pull that clip.
All those kids were saying over and over again, they're
pull
like,
that clip.
Oh, this is my childhood. This is my childhood. This is my childhood. And look at you pull up a live stream. Everybody's lying. Keemstar's lying. Ohmwrecker's lying. They're trying to... Dude, what is this? What kind of... Dude, it's all in the open. Anybody can fucking see it, bro. You're a fucking joke. How does it feel to be a failure-ass fucking joke?
Pull the clip where I'm saying all that information. Pull the clip.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
I don't feel like that. Again, it's just you throwing insults. You're not this big, bad, tough guy. Keem.
I want to know how you feel. I want to know how you feel.
Put a fucking pop filter on your microphone, please.
They didn't do anything wrong. They're saying you didn't do anything wrong. I'm the H2O Delirious. It's all lies. It's all lies. And now look what you're fucking saying here on this goddamn stream. How does that feel?
I feel great right now. I feel like you're a little mad, and I'd like to talk about it.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Because you showed everybody in this chat, all your fans and everything, that you're a fucking joke.
I'm the fucking joke.
Do it again.
I'm the fucking joke.
I broke the story. I broke the story, guys. No, you didn't.
Dude,
no, you fucking didn't.
Dude, I didn't go on a fucking 3-minute tirade just fucking swearing, cussing, insulting a man, dude. I just want to...
Motherfucker, what? You don't like how I talk? You don't like how I fucking communicate?
No, it's fine. It's funny as hell. I'm laughing right now.
You got a problem with it?
Just... Every couple seconds, I'm getting interrupted, my guy.
I got a problem with you fucking clout chasing. Clout chasing. What do the viewers think? Where's the mob at? Okay, the mob's defending fucking H2O, so I'm gonna go and defend him too. Okay, wait, it's turning around. It's turning around. Okay, now they're starting to go after him. Now they're saying he did something wrong, so now you're gonna fucking bury him. You're a fucking joke, bro. Fucking poser ass, fake ass bitch, dude. Why don't you fucking actually take some time to find out who you really are and what your real opinions are and express them online and stop being a fucking clout chasing loser?
And this is all And he left the call. Look at, I can't even get a word in with the guy. All he does is swear. Like, this is what it's gonna be. If the boxing match were to ever happen, there wouldn't be no press conference. It would be him bitching like a fucking Karen all the fucking time. That's all it would be. And he's probably gonna join again. So I'm gonna stay in the call just in case he joins again, because I'm totally down for him sitting here bitching me out for 10 minutes. I can compose myself. I can be cool. I tried to get a word in. I told him to pull the clips where I'm sitting here saying they're all innocent. They're all innocent. I never fucking said any of that shit. It's not true. But he's gonna say what he wants to say about it. And it is. He sounds like my mom. He does, though. He does sound like any fucking angry parent that won't let their kid get a fucking word in. It sounds like any Karen at a store that won't get the Walmart employee to be able to explain to him, hey, it's alright, you can calm down. You don't gotta be so angry, my guy. Does anybody have popcorn in the chat? Say hi if you got some popcorn right now in the chat, because this is like the perfect timing, and you... Yeah, and he needs a pop filter for his mic. Holy fuck, dude. It was like rumbling and shit. I'm gonna throw the fucking chair soon. I know he saw that clip where I fucking threw the chair back and everything, and I fucking died, and I'm jumping up and down. I'm gonna start doing that again. It's gonna be a quick rewind. I think what he tried to bring up there, well, he did try to bring up something, and that's something to talk about real quick. He did sit here and say I should take some time and try to find my opinion a bit better, to come online with a bit, try to really find my opinion, because he's probably under the assumption I don't take the time to do that or whatever. Even if I don't, and I'm coming with an opinion that's not fully thought of and fully developed or whatever, he's still getting very angry about another guy's opinion online, and my opinion has been against Keem. I think Keem's always been a joke, and this stream proves it. He's the biggest fucking joke ever. If this doesn't show you that Keem is such a fucking joke and all this, let me not use joke, because he's calling me a joke. That's his word. He coined it. Let me, he's a child, okay? Keem's a huge child. He has these childlike mentalities. He's gonna end up doing this. I mean, look at his content. He's trying to keep all those children engaged by how expressive he is in his, but that's minor nitpicks I have. Regardless, this sort of just shows that this is not, how a 40-year-old man should act. 40-year-old man shouldn't go online talking to somebody like this or anything like that matter. But I'm fine with it, though. It's funny as hell. And if this is what it's going to take to get one step closer to that boxing match I've always been wanting, then so be it. And because of that, I'll still be in the call just in case he wants to jump in. But let's go to Twitter right now. Let's go to Twitter right now and start the hashtag while I got everybody's attention. It's going to be hashtag Keem, all caps, versus lowercase TJV in all caps. And then make sure you hit the like button, retweet it, reply, hashtag Keem versus TJV. Might as well start it up again, because again, this is kind of what I'm wanting. This is the one step I want to take to get closer and closer to that. But regardless of what I personally want, this whole thing with him is such a fucking joke. Sorry that I missed all your guys' super chats, but $2 super chat from Black Patch. Do you mean a man-child? If you want to call it that. If you want to call it that. But apparently I sucked the Van Os Crew's dick, whatever the fuck he said. I shouted to the heaven. Apparently I did all that stuff. I would like for him to pull the clip. I saw a lot of you guys in the chat saying, pull the clip. We actually want to see it. Pull the clip. And never fucking did. Again, I don't know why he'd be mad. He said that, what story did you break? You didn't break no story. I never said I broke the entire story. What I'm saying, though, is yes, I'm breaking the fucking scoop that I saw the fucking Twitter email, that the Twitter email's real, that Twitter says, hey, he is permanently suspended. That is the latest scoop in this entire story. I did break that. I did come out and say that. I don't see anyone else saying that before I did. That's what I was referring to. But knowing him, all he was going to do is like, what story did you break? 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 I'm like, and he said, Ohmwrecker did. And I'm like, Ohmwrecker didn't fucking break this story or whatever. He's been saying for a while that Delirious has been behind the alts, but I was the first one to come out and say, hey, yeah, Twitter said this. And he's so fucking salty about it. Which, again, today was supposed to talk about his comments on his replies, not necessarily him dropping on. But he's more than welcome to come back online. And hopefully he can calm down to the point where we can have a civil conversation. He had a civil conversation with Ohmwrecker during his interview. He should be able to have a civil conversation with me. Oh, and it just kicked me out because I was sitting there for more than 5 minutes. But if he calls me back, I will answer. Don't worry. $2 super chat from Reaction List, Drama Alert, Keem, more like Drama Queen Keem. Drama Queen Keem, Keem is a good hashtag there. Ohmwrecker merch. I cannot do that. Maybe Ohmwrecker should be investing in that. But yeah. Oh man, let's all take a moment to just look at that. Oh man, dude, that's gonna be the new short tomorrow. There's gonna be a new short that comes out tomorrow. It won't even be a short. It's just gonna be that part. So much cursing in there. That's gonna be awesome. That was fun. Did you guys have a good time? Did you guys? Oh man, Keem ain't about that. Yeah, let's bring that back. Keem ain't about that. Yeah, of course Keem ain't about that. $4 super chat from Vagabond. Keem came out swinging. Too bad all he was hitting was the air. Lamau. Oh, because he can't see me. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. That is hilariously funny. I'm getting DMs like left and right being like, no fucking way, bro. Rising Thunder, $5 super chat. I'd love to see Keem pull a clip of something you didn't even say or do. Keemstar should be his new name. I mean, he likes to call people clowns, so I don't want to go back and say the same thing back. Let's just say Keem ain't about that. That's something original. Keem ain't about that. He just ain't about that. He can't pull up a clip because he ain't about that. He's just not about that. He can't. He's going to try to pull up a clip saying, I've been proven to lie and clout chase and my channel died or whatever. Well, dude, I'm not a channel with fucking millions of subs, dude. And I've experimented. I've tried doing other things here and there. I've tried uploading like a short film here or a vlog there and stuff like that. Of course, those videos aren't going to do as good. And it might seem like my channel's dying one week because I uploaded a couple clips that I personally wanted to do. But I still talk about the Vandal Screw drama, and my channel has kind of been afloat ever since I talked about the mini stuff last fall. It's been semi-consistent with that. So regardless of what people want to say, I mean, it is what it is. But that shit is pretty funny, though. What was one of the other things he said? He said something like, I don't even fucking know, dude. I don't even know. I kind of want to bring Sen in here and see what Sen says. Sen, do you want to hop in there? You're just the next Repzilla. Zombie Fox, why are you so mad? I'm not even talking to you. Stormy178. Hashtag Keem ain't about that. Exactly. Alright, super chat from Mojo. I have depression, but at least I got to be alive during the time Keem, a big million plus follower YouTuber, called a small content creator a joke. Yeah, that's the world we live in. He went on that tirade. Yes, this live stream will be live. As long as YouTube doesn't take it down, it will be live. And all of y'all, someone had better timestamp this shit when this live stream is over. Timestamp the fuck out of that. And then tomorrow, I'm uploading a video where it's just that, and I'll put a bunch of memes with it. I'll do something with it. The Fear Shack that he still says him as Ohmwrecker. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, Sen, you should call me. You should hop in this right now. Oh my fucking god. That made my fucking day, bro. That made my day. Hell, I don't even need to talk about the rest of what happened today. I could just drop it here. I could end the stream now. Like, fuck, dude. Like, that was so fucking hilarious. First in the chat, he was like, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And then when he just started going, he just built up. Please, Keemstar, accept my boxing match challenge. The press conferences would be fucking golden, bro. It would be golden. Please. It would be fucking golden. Please accept the fucking boxing match. Hell, I would fucking do not anything, but I would do a lot to get that boxing match. God damn. Zombie Fox, why are you so salty? Do you want to come in here? You want to come in here and talk? Zombie Fox has had a problem with me. He made a video about me. He doesn't like me. Zombie Fox hates me. Does he want to come in here and talk? We want to kiss and make up? I don't think Keemstar's willing to do that. $2 super chat from reaction list. Well, we all know TJV would win the boxing match. Yeah, he'd be too out of breath, bro. You see how much he talked? He would be way too out of fucking breath. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Shit. That shit is hilarious. Oh fuck. Whew. Let me breathe real quick. Am I getting a call? From Sen. Alright. Just letting you know, Sen, if Keemstar gets a hold of me, I will have to hang up the call.
Oh yeah, that's fine. This was it was a fun interaction between you two, I think. What would you call it? Like a passing of the torch, so to speak?
Yeah, that was a very passing the torch. I feel like I am now responsible for all things drama at that point. I think he kind of just... I think he kind of fucked up. He way overreacted, bro. Why is he that mad at me? Like, what did I... Like, I called him out for a boxing match, and
I have a theory.
What's that?
Okay. He looks at you, right? And he's like, oh, fuck. This is a younger version of me.
The hat, the beard.
And now he's getting so fucking mad, and he's molding, and he's salty. That's what I think. That's my theory.
Dude,
what do you think of that?
I just can't believe it. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I would love some sort of like reason why he's so fucking angry, bro. Like, a 40-year-old man can't be that angry at me, right?
Oh, he's 40? Oh, I thought he was fucking 30 or something. Oh, well.
Well, he's close to 40, I think. I mean...
yeah. Wait, 37, 39, something like that?
Yeah.
I think,
Vagabond $5 super chat. First round, and Keem already winded from ranting. I wouldn't even know to show a round card for round 2. LOL. Thanks for $5 super chat. $2 super chat from Black Patch. Keem jabs with insults. TJV uppercut with facts. Yeah, I told him, I'm like, hey, dude, just pull up the clip. I mean, if you were to pull up the clip or whatever where I praise to the heavens or whatever, that fucking the Van Os crew is 100% innocent for everything. I remember the first time I looked at the DRAMAALERT video, yeah, I was like, there's no fucking way they did that. But after I looked at some information and like those tweets and stuff, I pointed out like what is right and wrong about those tweets and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like Keem's only seen like, what would be considered the worst of it, and then like that's probably why he came in here wanting to rant so much about it. I bet he was gathering all his notes together before he called. He was like, okay, I'm gonna call him out in the chat that I want to let him call me or let me call in or something like that, and he had all of his notes ready to go. Because he ranted, he would not like stop for like 2 seconds to let me talk at all. Like,
yeah, that made him actually look really bad. Because look, even like bottom line, right? Optics wise, right? He just made you look like a big deal, right? Yeah. And I know that's not what he wanted. I know that's not what your detractors want. But Keem just fucked it up for pretty much everybody, right? Because he went in here, he came in hot, he really didn't have anything, right? He just spurred out a little bit.
I mean, look at, like, for example, like, Zombie Fox was, he has his own thing against me or whatever, and I'm willing to talk it out with him, but, like, whatever problem Zombie Fox has against me, I mean, it doesn't top this fucking Keemstar shit. I mean, like, yes,
I like Zombie Fox.
What?
Zombie Fox is cool. I don't know what you guys' beef is, but
I was cool with him, and then he made that video about me or whatever, and then contacted my ex-staff members and got all their shit involved, and I thought I was cool with most of those ex-staff members, but apparently I'm not. And so yeah, it was just like a big turning point on me, and I was like, oh, okay, I thought we were all cool. I thought me and Zombie Fox were cool even, but like that turned out not to be the case. But it is what it is. $5 super chat from Eric. If Keemstar likes clowns so much, why does he not work for the circus where you to put a big red nose and a big red shoes and honk like that, like a horn? I have no idea, but he does like to use the word. He does like to use the word clown a lot. Super Wendy Gamer Girl, Keem with a bunch of angry emojis and then TJV, and I start laughing my ass off. That's exactly what everyone's reaction was. The chat was going fucking nuts.
He was mauling,
dude. He was
mauling.
He acted like his fucking, like, if he had a child, his child fucking died, and like someone killed the child. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, let's talk, okay? You're on here. We might as well talk while you're on here. And Keem, I know you're still watching, but like, dude, I'm gonna re-upload that clip. That's gonna be the new fucking meme from this point on. I will over excessively use that clip now. But if you're wanting to come on, I mean, I'll create a new meme. We can actually talk it out this time. I mean, shit.
Yeah, talk it out, Keem. Be your charming self.
Yeah. Come in here and be the pretty little gnome that you are.
Be Keem from 2015, not Keem from 2020.
I want fat Keemstar. That's who I want to talk to. I want to talk to
not the old man that's losing relevance every fucking day.
Relevance and weight. Yeah, no, we want bigger, puffier Keemstar to talk to, because that Keemstar knew how to talk, and he knew how to insult too. He wasn't calling people jokes and clowns all the time. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I constantly heard, and like some swearing, some cussing, and I was like, okay, there goes monetization, keep talking, and then I just started bursting out laughing. I could not stop. I tried to stay silent as much as I possibly can, because like I was just waiting for a moment to be like, okay, I'm gonna answer that question of his. Oh wait, no, he asked me 3 more questions. Oh wait, 4 more questions. Bro, that was just Big Chungus Keem. Thanks for the super chat.
Big Chungus Keem.
Keem be like Ree. Thank you guys for the super chats. Fuck, bro. Like, I'm sorry to anyone who I miss a lot of your guys' super chats during that. I'm sorry about that, just letting you know. But I'm sure whatever super chats it was, you were commenting on the Keem thing, so I appreciate all the Keem comments, or the Keem super chats.
The chat was going crazy, dude. Fucking Keem was like, oh, you can't hate me? You can't fucking hate me? I'm Keemstar.
What the fuck do I talk about the next live stream? Do I talk about this Keem thing, or do I continue the fucking Twitter suspension talk? I mean, like, I want H2O to get his more of a statement out. I would like Ohmwrecker to, if he wants to respond to those statements. I mean, like, I would like to talk about that, but fuck, dude, this Keem thing is just fucking big now.
He gave you, he handed you that. He handed you the fucking
Keem, you gave me a month worth of content right there. Fuck, bro. Like, Christmas is gonna be great this year. God damn. Coffee Boys, $2 super chat. As Keem once said, F the fans, Lamau. I was gonna bring up the times, like, you know, like, didn't Keem get suspended or for whatever fucking reason? Or I knew he had some fucking shit or whatever. I was gonna like try to have a normal conversation, talk to him about it, be like, hey, are you gonna make a drama alert about it? I was gonna be semi-respectful on some points, and then try to call him out for some of the comments he made, and then.
That's the funny thing about Keem is though he's fumbled the ball so many times. Like, you know, even if you're like detracting on TJV, right? Like, just look at it in this sense. Keem is not really, you know, good, right? Because Keem is pretty fucking shady. Keem has fucked up multiple allegations before. Like, I was in chat, I was like, how did the Pyro thing turn out for you? How did the Carson thing turn out for you? Right? How did what was it the other thing? There were more. You gotta go all the way back. But he's jumped the gun several times on shit, and I wouldn't call Keemstar credible. I wouldn't call DRAMAALERT credible at all. I'd call it like boring, dying content, if anything.
I mean, right? Something like, damn.
Are you aware of anything in the commentary community? Like, commentary community-wise?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, you know, like the commentators, like the main circle that talk about, like, drama, right? So they would normally talk about, like, so they're not really into the ban-out crew thing. They're not really talking about that. It's more like so Bell Aubrey, Pastel Bell shit right now, right? Hardcore into that, like that kind of shit. Like, I'm talking about like Augie RFC, Nicholas the Oreo, people like that, right? You know about them?
Yeah.
They're the ones rising up, and they're kind of taking Keemstar's shine. Like, you know?
Then why the fuck?
And
Why is he so fucking focused? Like he said a lot. He said a lot in this call. Like that rant, he said a lot. Like he's been watching me for quite. Like he knows about my channel dying down a little bit and getting back up, which I don't think it died down. I just think there wasn't a lot of drama to talk about, so my channel just ain't gonna perform as well, during that time. But I still was pulling in thousands and thousands of views, for some videos.
I mean, that's a thing. Look, fucking, that wasn't just applied to you though, right? Because it, like, realistic, we're being objective and we're not trying to take shots at people we don't like. Everybody's channel is fucked up, like, a little bit. Like, recently, I've even seen Tipster. Tipster's a news commentary channel. His views are low. Like, there are tweets up there where he's saying his views are low, and he's saying that it's YouTube suppressing him. So I think it's everybody's channel is getting fucked a little bit. I don't know whether if it's because, like, people are going out more again and restrictions are leaving, or if it's just, YouTube changing the algorithm. The point is that it's not exclusive to you, and I can get why somebody that doesn't like you would use that against you, but let's be fucking real. Like, let's be objective for a second. It's not an exclusive thing to TJB.
Right. But yeah,
and I know some people are going to be upset. Keemstar in particular, that I'm putting up this defense for you. Right? It's not even a defense, though, right? It's a fucking objective fact.
I mean, again, I just think that one incident can prove a lot. So, like, a lot of people like to call back to, like, when Ohm did this and Ohm did that. I mean, people are going to do the same thing with Keemstar. I mean, like, look at how he fucking acted in this call. Like, I was totally down to sit down and chat real quick and just talk about this stuff real quick. And if I was wrong about something, then he goes, yeah, just pull up this stream. And he did say at one point, he goes, hey, pull up that stream. And I was like, okay. So I literally started, like, getting ready to pull up the stream. And then he started ranting about something else. I was like, okay, we're not going to look at the stream, I guess. You just want to keep calling me names and stuff, I guess. But it is what it is. I mean, I'd be fine calling him names back, but I don't think I'm in the position where I want to make myself look like a fool like that and, like, argue back with him. I don't think that's going to benefit me. And it certainly ain't going to benefit him coming in and doing that with me. I mean, it is what it is. I just told him, dude, this shit's funny. I would like to talk to you a little bit. I'd like to respond to a couple of the points you said, even if I don't get to ask you questions, let me respond to at least anything that you have to say. And shit, bro, like, it is what it is, I guess. So,
yeah, I don't know. I guess Keem was trying to see that if he can establish, like, social dominance, but all I saw was, like, just some fucking cranky old man, like,
That's what everyone's gonna think.
Yeah, everybody fucking saw it. It's like, because Keem's pushing 40 though. That's the thing, and he's not, he's not as hot as he used to be with relevance in terms of, like, I'm sure he'll still pull in big numbers because Keemstar's, Keemstar, that's his name. But I'm saying, like, the hype has kind of, died down a little bit. Now he's doing more radical shit. Like he said, I think in a tweet he made, I don't know if this was a video tweet or a tweet. He's like, oh, I gave you guys something to talk about. I dated a 20-year-old just to make things exciting again. And it's like, all right, dude, you got to resort yourself to dating a 20-year-old at this point in time to get people talking about you, right? That's not something Keem of 2015 would do.
Right. Yeah, Vagabond, $5 super chat. That was your problem. You approach the conversation with too much rationality. You got to break up his rhythm when he's like that. Do you think the conversation would have went better if I started screaming and shouting back at him like he was with me?
Oh, nah, not really. It would have just been blood sports at that point. And I don't know. I just think you came off looking good out of this whole thing overall, right? Because Keemstar was really spurgy. I'm sure that people that love Keem will, like, agree, oh, Keem really dominated that, right? But it's like, okay, like, if you think so, I think the majority of people are going to look at this and be like, oh, he was just spurging out for no reason. Because I think you'll admit that your channel is relatively, like, even if it's 83,000, it's not at 100,000, and it's not a big channel per se, right? In the grand scheme of things. Would you say that?
Right, yeah. I mean, like, I never counted myself as a big channel. I count myself on behalf of, like, all of your guys' channels, like Sen, Toy Bounty Hunters, Crow. I think I'm in the same bubble as you guys, regardless if my subscriber count is 60,000 more subscribers than one of you guys or whatever. Like, subscriber counts don't really mean anything. It matters on how much attention your videos are getting. And I feel like the attention your guys' videos are getting and the attention my videos are getting can be similar. I think right now it's not so similar, but at the same time, I'm sort of, like, semi-involved in talking to Ohm and Delirious and
Oh yeah,
now
yeah.
Keemstar.
That has to play a part, I think, because look, if you weren't getting official statements from these guys, right?
Right.
I don't, because I gotta wonder why is Keem so mad about this? Because he is
Yeah.
mad. He wants to say he's not, but he's
He
coming in
is.
here. He's like, "Oh, you're a clown. You're a bitch. How dare you backtrack and and whatever." Like Keem is the last person to be talking about like morality or pride or principle.
Right,
in
right.
Conversation.
That was something
right?
I was ready to say too, but again, like I could not get a fucking word in. Like I tried. Like go back and rewatch it. I tried, and every single time I would try to start talking about something, whatever thought would pop in his head, he wouldn't even think about it. He would just come straight out of his mouth. I mean, like I tried, and I don't think that it is. I think the only way we can be civil and talk is through tweets. We can tweet at each other because at least we'll take the time to type it out so people can respond to each other. I mean, that would be the only thing I can think about communicating with him about. But like, fuck, like, screw a call again. I mean, I'm down for it. That fucking, I had a good laugh, and I'll actually try to sit here and talk to him. I mean, I've had to talk with Ohmwrecker. I have had it several times, starting with the interview and stuff like that. Recently, I had to talk about this. I've had arguments and stuff like that with Ohmwrecker about all this shit. Even when he was showing me the email, I was like, nah, I don't. This doesn't seem like a legit thing and all. And he goes, well, I want to show you that it is. And then once he showed me that the email from Twitter is real, I was like, okay, well then that's something. And you know, as Keem came in, he didn't even talk about any of the Twitter suspension shit. Like all he was saying was like, you said you broke the story. Where'd you break the story? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's what it's about then, like, right? It's about who's breaking the story first. It's about like right there, that fucking statement in itself. It can make you think, okay, that's why you're upset. You're mad that this guy that doesn't even have 100,000 subscribers is getting the scoop before you, right? Because why isn't Ohm going to you again, right? Ohm went to you the first time. We saw how that went. It didn't go well for him,
Right.
Then what? Delirious making statements to you, right? In private email, right? You're breaking the scoop. You are breaking the scoop, technically. And he's like, oh, well, let's go all the way back. DRAMAALERT broke this first. Yeah, it didn't go well for you. That's probably why Ohm's not talking to you about this shit anymore.
Right.
People don't want to go to DRAMAALERT anymore because you're shit.
Well, the Vanoss crew ain't gonna go to fucking DRAMAALERT about this. He fucking sat here and splattered Vanoss's fucking face on the thumbnail. He sat here and said the entire group could have a Skype where they're sharing nudes and stuff like that. And fucking, he said Wildcat 407, basically I do work, was grooming people. Like, he went online to like fucking talk about all this shit, and they don't fucking like Keemstar. Wildcat's, I think, openly tweeted that he's blocked Keemstar. They're not gonna go to fucking Keemstar about it. And then Ohm, he ain't gonna go to Keemstar anymore because during our interview, he shared the fucking DM between them saying that he fucking manipulated Ohm to sit here and do it. He goes, if you really care about the victims, you'll do the interview. As if that fucking interview really did that fucking much for the goddamn victims. I mean, like, look, he thinks he... No.
Well, Keemstar always does this fucking thing.
Keemstar thinks he's some white knight or whatever, that he will sit here and be able to, like, fucking, I will put an end to the drama, or I will continue it to the level it needs to go to. No, you're fucking DRAMAALERT. Like, you can talk about something, you can bring awareness to something, but you're not gonna fucking end anything. And I'm not claiming I can either. But I'm just saying, like, who would you rather go to? Keemstar, where he's gonna fucking twist it and make it the most relevant and interesting thing to click on, or me, where I'll present it. If it's not that big of a deal and my audience doesn't care about it, I'll move on to the next drama piece that they care about, and that will be that. And I'll just present it the way it is. And I actually will sit here and respect if they don't want the information to be shared. I'm not going to press them and say, give me something, give me something. I mean, Keem will do that.
You've at least given Ohm that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it to anybody. Ohm, Delirious, anybody. Fucking if Minilad came to me and said, hey, don't fucking post this, but can you share my statement?
Okay, so I'll say this in regards to our thing. Like, I'll be as objective about you as I can, right? Or, I mean, I always am, whatever. So, you and me, we didn't see eye to eye at first because of the video. You brought that up yesterday, right? Yeah. I think me and you have a good relationship now. We're cool, right? We talk. Yeah. I have a good time talking to you personally.
Yeah.
I don't know if the feeling's mutual.
Oh, yeah, it's all mutual.
Yeah. So while I do see certain things about you, like, for example, right? And I don't know, you could clarify it now because I didn't really get the full story on this shit. What was the thing about, like, what was it? I heard TJB went after, like, an 18 sub channel or some shit. What the
So,
fuck? Well, what happened with that?
So what happened with that was there was this channel called Raccoon Ritz. He's actually been in the chat a couple times. Me and him are cool, but yeah, he made a video calling out Ohmwrecker and myself, and I said, hey, I agree with a lot of the points that you're calling out Ohmwrecker for. Fucking call out that fool. I mean, he deserves it. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, but the things you called me out about, you're actually kind of wrong about, and I'm here to like just give my response. And I did that, and then a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, you shouldn't go after your fucking 18 subscriber channel or whatever. You know, he's just a small channel. I'm like, why the fuck are you treating a small channel like it's nothing? Like it's a fucking babe. Why are you babying him? I mean, nobody babies me when fucking Keemstar comes into my fucking chats and talks to me about it. Nobody fucking babies me. So like, I'm totally fine with Keemstar coming in here and doing it. I wasn't complaining about that, nor will I complain about that. I mean, if anything, I'm pushing to fucking have a boxing match with the guy. I mean, like, I'm fine with him shitting on me. But like, the whole thing is like, I feel like these smaller commentary channels, if they're going to make mistakes or if they're going to sit here and call out something, I do think the bigger ones have every right to call out those smaller ones and say, hey, the smaller channel that is getting attention or not even getting attention, they should just clarify and do a little more research. And Raccoon Ritz, I fucking got a hold of. I went on to one of his, I went on to a podcast he's part of. He has his own podcast. I went on to his podcast, talked it out. All cool. I mean, we talked it out. It's not even we talked it out. I made my video, and then he uploaded a second video saying, hey, I apologize to TJV, he's actually right. And then he's completely fine with it. And yeah, a lot of my viewers might have gone over and disliked his video, but in the long run, he understands that these dislikes are only going to be around for a few videos, and then he'll be just fine.
The way I see it, as somebody that's been like mass disliked before for having an unpopular opinion, I kind of got over it, right?
Right.
And the whole thing about you going, like, you know, just in general, big channels going after small channels, I see that as no real reason for the small channels to really complain. In fact, that's a godsend in a way, because that's exactly what a channel that would want to grow would want, right? That's your prime time to become relevant. Because I mean, look at it, right? You got an 18 sub channel, and then you have TJB 3000, you know, taking their time to go into video or something or whatever it was. That's you know, that's the time where that person needs to step up. Right. That's kind of like what fucking Keem just did to you. You know, we got 5 million sub Keemstar coming to you. You're not even at 100,000 yet. He essentially gave that to you, no matter what.
Right,
it's
and
still a W for you.
I gave attention to smaller channels who do have good information. Like I have Chilled Venom's video about the whole stream yesterday, where you know, where he talks about what he feels about what I saw privately with Ohm. And Chilled Venom is a small commentary channel, and I'm gonna give him, if anything, a shout out, praise, view his video live with all my viewers, and it's gonna be on my channel, and people going back to rewatching the stream, they're gonna see that. I've done that several times. I've done it with your videos, I've done it with Crow's videos, I've done it before. So it can be a good thing, and it can be a bad thing, but regardless, overall, it's not a negative thing I'm trying to imply upon your guys' channels. It's just, if I feel like some people are having mistakes, I will call out a smaller channel. If it's a guy that made a great video and I want to review it, then I'll do that. But I do think smaller commentary channels have their place, and I do think they can grow and get out of that smaller channel sphere, because there's a lot of there's a bad rep that these smaller channels are gonna do anything they can to get out of that and like clickbait and do all that stuff. But I feel like they can get out of that no problem. So like I said, I don't necessarily think me calling out that Raccoon Ritz with 18 subs, when you sit here and say, oh, TJV called out an 18 subscriber channel, I mean, yeah, I did. I mean, if you want to take it as a negative thing, go ahead. My intention wasn't that. And me and him are cool now. I mean, we're completely cool. I'm subscribed to him. I love the videos he puts up. I honestly do. He's cool with me. He pops up in my streams all the time, and he's just like a regular member of my community now. So again, say what you want, but that's just people, you know, that are willing to twist things. And that's what not like most, I would say 90% maybe of what people can call me out about, is like all these things that they can twist to make it seem bad. But my opinion's just a bit different. I'm not your average commentary channel. I'm not going to follow these rules where, oh, if they're so smaller than me, I'm not going to call them out. No, that's bullshit.
And here's the thing, like, you know what, fucking people would say, maybe another thing they would say about you is that you have an ego, right? And you know, maybe that's true, but who doesn't really? What YouTuber that doesn't, like, because here's the thing, like I've met quite a few YouTubers that have egos, right? There's like if I can recall back, like, you know, they're like, I believe an analogy they used was, it's like sometimes I, the YouTuber, like to look at other YouTubers, right, that are smaller than me, you know, in a sense. It's like looking at ants. And it's like, I get that. I understand that, you know, cool, right? I'm not going to judge you for that, right? So I don't expect you to judge somebody else on that, right? Because I guess my main point is every fucking YouTuber has a fucking ego. Who cares, right?
Yeah, and I can admit that
You'll admit it, right?
yeah, I have an ego. Fuck, dude, Keemstar just went in the fucking call and bitched me out. I'm fucking hot shit right now. 100% I believe in that, but I still treat everyone the same. Like when I'm at like if I ever get to like that 2, 3, 4 million mark, I'm still going to be talking about channels with only 10,000 subs. I'll be talking about channels that were at where I'm at now. That's
big
almost.
Channels don't usually like doing that though. Most big channels that I've seen.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different. Why shouldn't the smaller channels be able to be?
You know why they don't like doing that?
Why?
That allows the small channel to grow because it gives them like exactly what just happened with Keem, right? He came into this chat, he came in hot. Why is he sweating TJB of all people, right? Like you can say, oh, he just wanted to shit talk TJ and put him in his place, but like why? Don't you have anything better to do with your time?
Right.
Like, really? Like fuck, dude. Like you're in his chat mauling over a channel that's not even at 100,000.
The only
right?
the only difference between that and what I would probably do when I'm bigger and stuff like that is like I'm not gonna sit here and fucking maul at somebody over it. I'm not gonna sit here and jump in a Discord call and fucking bitch someone out aggressively for that. You know, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll turn exactly into Keemstar when I'm older. I don't fucking know. But like, I don't think I will because like I'm against a lot of what Keemstar, and like I said, even from a morality standpoint, like I don't agree a lot with what Keemstar and his approach to things are. But I was totally fine having a conversation with him. I was totally fine trying to be cool. But if he doesn't want to be cool and he wants to yell, I was totally fine yelling. But I think I did the right thing in being a bit more rational about it. And for anybody who's new in the stream, we went over the Delirious stuff. I covered the stream that I did yesterday. You can rewatch the stream yesterday if you want to know anything about the Delirious stuff. But today, the whole... And I think DRAMAALERT's still in the chat because I see people pinging him or adding him or whatever. So he's still watching. But again, Keemstar jumped in. He made himself look like a huge fucking fool. He still has my Discord. He's more than willing to call me at any given point.
Hell yeah, bro.
And I'm going to be expecting the DRAMAALERT when he's talking about this H2O drama. I don't think he'll pull my name up because I always thought that he wouldn't give the attention to someone that's smaller than him like that. But maybe he will. I don't know. It's kind of curious. I don't know what his thought process was, like what he planned on accomplishing by jumping in here. Maybe he was just... I'm thinking the same thing as you did. He was just so mad about something that he wanted to come in here.
It's got to be that Ohm and Delirious are talking to you and not him.
I mean,
I would think that that's the most logical assumption.
Well, you also
that's what he started with, right? That's what he harped on the most. You didn't break shit. It was DRAMAALERT, right?
Right. And he sat here and said I broke so much of YouTube TOS, and I'm surprised I'm not kicked off the platform or whatever. I'm trying to think back to like what the fuck did I do that would have done it? I'm pretty sure maybe I've done it once or twice before, but like I mean, people do that, you know, especially if you're talking about drama and you're in this sort of genre on YouTube. I mean, you're gonna run into that problem or that mistake a couple times, but like I'm trying to think like what I would have done. Maybe maybe I just never knew I did it before. But regardless, another thing you said too is maybe he came in here and tried to establish dominance. You know, maybe it was one of those things. Maybe he just has this animal primal instinct that he needs to come in here and establish. Oh, this is where he's at.
Well, can I ask you something?
What's that?
Let's see. What do you call it? What do you have to say to your detractors that say that you have no credibility and can't be trusted?
That's fine. Just keep tabs on what I do say, and when it does end up becoming right, yeah, honestly, not even that.
Look, I'm gonna look. I gotta ask though. Really, what is the fucking like? Unless TJ has done something personal to you or one of your friends. Okay, I can understand why you'd be heated and you'd want his neck or whatever. But if he has never done anything personal to you, I cannot understand, like, the hate. Like, I mean, I can understand it, but just really think about it. Like, what's the, like, oh, he's a hypocrite. What YouTuber hasn't proven to be a hypocrite yet, right? Like, Keemstar, like, for this example, right? People are saying, don't trust TJ. don't like he's not credible, can't be trusted. But guess what? Look, I'll take your okay, sure, let's run with that. But guess what? Neither's Keemstar. A
Right.
lot worse, actually. A lot fucking worse.
I think where a lot of the so-called hate, I don't really call it hate. I think hate's a very strong word. I think a lot of these people are just upset with me, or they want to refute or detract anything, if these detractors or whatever. But I think the main thing where it comes from is that I'm very, very confident about what I talk about, especially when it comes to my own opinions, because at the end of the day, it is my own opinions. And you and me talked about yesterday morality versus legality.
Like,
and
if you called, like, TJ, look, if you called someone a pedophile, right, I can understand, and, like, nothing was substantiated by the courts, and it hasn't been a thing, and if you just straight up call someone a pedo, I can understand why they'd be pissed off at you. Like, can you understand why they'd be pissed off at you?
Yeah, I can understand why someone would be upset about that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you call somebody's friend like a predator, I can understand like them being like, like for example, my friend Steve, right? Steve Alive was getting shat on by like fat ass Tommy C, right? Which is one of Keemstar's friends, funny enough. And a bunch of fucking lies that my boy. Of course, I'm gonna get heated at that. Like I can understand that. Those are the two instances where I can understand why people would be like angry at you and be like, I want this guy's neck, right? But other than that, it's just some petty bullshit. And I'm like, bro, come on. Like, especially in this Keemstar scenario, that's what's crazy to me. It's like they come in and they're like, oh, but it's Keemstar, but TJ, he's still worse than Keemstar. I don't think so. Not from what I've seen of Keemstar. The Pyrocynical situation, the Carson situation, the old man. You know what? If we want to go the extra mile, the Apollo Legends situation.
The Vanoss crew situation. The whole drama alert about the Vanoss crew.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have thrown his fucking friends under the bus like he did, right? He shat on Augie RFC. He shat on Diorio. He the only person that he applied guilt by association to this person, Boblax, right? But at least he gave him an apology. He didn't give Augie an apology. I don't think he gave Diorio an apology. I don't think he gave Tipster an apology. So I don't want to hear that Keem is a good person. I don't want to hear Keem over fucking TJB. I don't care how much you fucking hate TJB. That's bullshit, objectively.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's the thing. I think the big thing that Keem's going to have is he has this big following and everything like that. And the one thing that I might be able to have if I remain the way I am and I don't obviously become so much of an uncredible source where it's just, like everyone who calls me a hate channel and says I harass people. If I were really doing that, I wouldn't have the support that I do. But like I do have support from other commentary channels. Like I feel like at the very end of the day, if I was going through like a real hard pinch and Keemstar wanted to throw everything at me, I'm sure Crow would cover something like that, and he would be able to at least see the differences between, hey, TJV's not really doing any of this, and Keem's just doing this because he's angry. And you're able to point it out. Shield Venom's able to point it out. Flex Tango helped me out and supported what I was trying to talk about in the whole Ohmwrecker drama when there was a bunch of people jumping on me about it. When I got fucking legal threats towards me from Ohm, when Ohm threw legal threats at me, again, another reason to explain why I wouldn't just blindly side with Ohm for no fucking reason. Flex Tango helped me out. So like I do feel like there is quite a bit of commentary channels that are willing to help me out and have my back in this thing because they know that what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to sit out and accomplish here. So I don't know. It is what it is. We'll just have to wait and see what it does going forward, and I'm definitely gonna use this stream as a moment.
Oh, you should. You definitely should. I approve of it 100%. Milk that away. Use this as much as possible. Build up your credibility based on the fact that a fucking 40-year-old man is so fucking. He has his panties in a bunch so much.
Not even to build credibility, just to build,
your image. I don't know.
Not image, and I want to say likability, but it's not even like being liked or anymore. It's just like from a reasonable standpoint, just look at it. I've sat here, I've tried to talk to Keemstar, and all he could do is fucking rant for 3-5 minutes straight. He left the call, and then he rejoined, got all salty again, and still wouldn't let me talk as much. And then he tried sitting here saying, oh, you just don't like the way I talk. And I'm like, no, I can't fucking speak, bro. Like, you're interrupting. And then, boom, he'd be talking about something else completely and fucking shitting on me about it. And I was like, well, if anybody can see that from a reasonable point, then just understand that there is going to probably be no civil discourse between me and Keemstar at all, and there probably won't, because if we were to have a civil discourse, I would call him out being like, yo bro, during that stream, why the fuck did you interrupt me? Why'd you act like a goddamn child? And if I sit here and ask him that question, do you really think he's gonna have a civil answer for that? No, he's not.
It's Keemstar, bro. Of course not.
Toy Bounty Hunters at TJV, I'm guessing he was referring to when you told people to go dislike that one episode of Drama Alert. Telling people to go dislike his video could be considered a form of targeted harassment. Well, my whole idea wasn't to sit here and tell people to go do it. I said, hey, if you don't like the video and you don't like what they're fucking speaking of, you can show your distaste in it by disliking it, and that's what I do. And I think the dislike button can be used as a great tool if responsible.
I get that point being used against you, and I understand it.
Yeah, I understand it being used against me, but I'm not going to drop it just because it's difficult.
Well, no, personally, for me, I've seen so many other entertainers on this fucking platform do it, right, and get away with it, that I'm just numb to it. I don't even care. Personally, and I don't know why people, like, if people have been around certain content creators, right, that do this shit, I think they should apply the same standards to them at the very least.
Right. Yeah.
If they don't like you doing it, they shouldn't like them doing it. They shouldn't be watching their shit.
At the very end of the day, like, you know, it's just dislikes too. I mean, and I'm not sitting here telling people, hey, you should go dislike the video, but I am saying, hey, if you don't not want Minnie to be on the platform, you could show that by disliking it. You probably can't comment it. You could probably shadow ban words or whatever. If you disagree with Ohm, you can dislike a video. If you don't like Drama Alert, you can dislike a video. That's how I show my distaste in certain content creators, and how I show my distaste and like how I don't want certain content creators to be on the platform. And everyone can have their opinion, and everyone has the option to dislike it. Why do you think YouTube puts the fucking dislike button there in the first place? If you don't like the video, you don't like who's in the video, you don't like the content creator uploading the video, you can dislike it. What, did everyone who go dislike YouTube Rewind fucking try to target harass YouTube? No, it's a shitty fucking video. And what Keemstar uploads is shitty fucking content. So, like, I think that Van Oscrew video was fucking shitty. And there's some Drama Alerts that I do like, that I liked him covering, but, like, that was before I even, you know, before all this shit happened, you know. I haven't watched many Drama Alerts since. I think I pulled up a couple on stream, if it had to do with the drama I was talking about, but that was about it. So, it is what it is.
Redsky in chat says dislikes also count as engagement, so... Yeah, I didn't even think about that point.
So
shout out to Redsky.
Yeah.
Redsky
I mean,
kind of putting up a point for you.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I'm just saying it's engagement. I mean, who's gonna come at me and say all these dislikes that Keem got on Drama Alert is from TJV? You know how fucking big I was when I fucking did that? I was at half of what I was at right now. I was at like 40, 50,000.
Redsky with the defense for TJV.
I'm just saying, tell me I'm wrong, though. I mean, the only people who are going to tell me you're wrong, you're targeting harassment, go pull up any clip where I tell people, go dislike that person, go harass that person. I've never said that. I've been actively telling people I do not condone harassment, bullying, death threats of any kind. I've repeated that so many fucking times in so many videos because I always get accused of it. So I try to back myself up for it. And now it's getting to the point where I'm no longer going to do that anymore because people should just fucking know. I went on a fucking spree for months about it. And you should know that I feel that way going forward. But again, it is what it is. I mean, nobody's really going to do anything about it. Speedy at TJV, Keem is a bit of a hypocrite. He blames you for violating TOS on YouTube, yet he exploits it to keep Drama Alert on YouTube. Remember, at some point, his personal YouTube channels were perma-banned on YouTube. Yeah, was his personal YouTube channel banned on YouTube?
I don't. Wait, the original Keemstar channel?
Yeah.
I think so, and then he found the fucking loophole to get Drama Alert going.
Right.
So.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know.
Keem got banned for racism. I think it was because he was actually saying like the N-word like
right
a lot. I remember. That's fine, dude. You know, to each his own. Right. But yeah, he is that's my entire point. Massive fucking hypocrite. It's like. I don't know. I don't think fucking Keemstar can play the moral high horse with you, even if, you know, people hate you.
I mean, he can't. He really can't. He can't play that with me, and he can't even play that. He can't even play like the civil card that like he's just looking for people to be civil and not go Even if he tries to sit here and say that I sent harassment to go dislike him or whatever like that, like, are you really gonna fucking do that? Because there's been plenty of incidents on Drama Alert where, or even on Twitter and stuff like that, where he's literally sat here and goes, nobody's fucking jumping at him, nobody's jumping at him, and then we have a bunch of Drama Alert supporters or whatever going after Wildcat about the thing, or you know, whatever or H2O Delirious or whatever the fucking case is. And that's probably why a lot of people don't like him either, because he does have that fucking fan base that, like, if he talks about someone, they're all going to their fucking social media pages. Whoever he talks about, they're all gonna fucking go there, and that's what a lot of them do too. But again, I'm not blaming Keemstar for that, just like how I hope Keemstar wouldn't be blaming me for that. You know, you don't control your supporters. All you can do is advise them not to do it, and if they're gonna do it, the social media pages can ban them and suspend their accounts, whatever the case may be. And I've went completely out of my way to suspend members of my Discord, of my YouTube, all of that. My mods have been doing a really great job on making sure, you know, even if you don't like Keemstar, we're not up for bullying, harassing, and doing any of that shit. But if he comes in here and wants to sit here and, like, talk shit and do all this stuff, then if people are going to bully him in the chat, he won't really fucking care about that much, I don't think. But still don't support it, though.
Yeah, but you're like basically like fair game, right? So if somebody wants to critique you, it's fair game. If somebody wants to point out, like, any hypocrisies they might find, right,
I mean, don't you think that's fair?
Game.
Don't you think that's fair?
Oh yes, for sure.
So yeah, 100%.
Do you think it's fair?
Well, yeah. Raccoon Ritz is right now in the chat. I mean, he was one of the people that
was a detractor of yours, right?
Yeah, he was one of the people who made a video about me. I made a video about him. We're cool now. It's all good. I came to a podcast of his. We talked about it, and then
yeah, because I know instances where there could be two content creators. One is originally a detractor of the other, and once they get to talking or things resolve, the dust settles, as they say, they end up being on better terms. Like, for example, a big example I can give is that me and Crow, for instance, right? Me and Crow, we were detractors of commentary community, right?
Right.
And we pointed their shit out, right? And then we got a call with them, and they actually were civil about the whole thing. And, well, what do you know? Now Crow likes Nicholas Diorio. Now Crow likes, you know, pretty much all the commentary guys. We're all cool with them.
Yeah.
We follow them as well, right? Turkey Tom. Crow has said nice things about Turkey Tom. You know, I've said nice things about Tom, right? It's civil, you know. At fucking Crow, you know, he likes the tweets, right? He retweets it, right? He puts aside his differences, right? There's even an instance where Crow, there was this girl, right? Petty Page, right? She was in the T community, but she was taking up a stance against her community, which was primarily, like, spreading misinformation about, I believe it was Eugenia Cooney, right? Pastor Bell and shit. And she had a good take on it, and Crow agreed with it so much that he gave her $50.
Right.
And he put away his differences for her. So that's the type of guy Crow is. He'll put away his differences, and even people that he's you know, been critical of, or he's been a detractor of, you know, he'll be friends with them.
Yeah, he was of me. He was of me, and then we were cool. And then I think there was that Louis call that we had over on your stream, and then he didn't like me as much there. But I think we're still cool, as far as I know. I mean, I came to comment on one of the streams.
I can understand why Louis Caliber wouldn't like you, though, because didn't you call him a pedophile?
Yeah, but, like, I saw what I saw as evidence. I mean, 3 fucking IDs.
Do you still stand by that?
I mean, I know I don't retract my statements, what I've said previously. So yeah, I guess I stand by that. But again, I don't necessarily talk about it. But like I said, I see evidence. I see 3 fucking IDs, identical IDs. You know, different IDs that this person had, and I'm like, yeah. So, why Tango $5 super chat? Hey TJV, instead of a boxing match, why not do it as a WWE match for the drama title and Hell of a Cell or TLC no holds barred match? WWE is fake if you never got told that, and I would actually want to punch the guy in the face. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but yeah, I'd rather just make it for real. He said he wasn't going to get in the ring with me. I like how he addressed that, but fuck, bro. Like, he ain't willing to get in the ring with me. Fuck. He's only willing to get in the ring with H3. God damn it.
Dude, maybe his stamina's not what it used to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be a little scary for a 40-year-old man to get in the ring with a 21-year-old. I mean, but I vape a lot, you know, so maybe
he can catch you off guard a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he can get me. Maybe I'll be a little winded by, like, the 3rd round or something, but that's if he lasts 3 rounds, but we'll have to.
I don't want to go back to the Louis thing too much, right? But, like real quick, I thought you were gonna do more coverage on that. What happened?
What ended up happening, and I said this so many times, but what ended up happening with the Louis thing is that I made the part 1, and then the part 2 was just more of a response that people had for the part 1. And then what ended up happening from there is I was looking into covering the second and third part of the document, just to make it my own, go over it, have my own little series about the document. Oh, Sen left the call. Regardless, I'm gonna keep talking here because Sen left the call real quick. Maybe he'll rejoin. But I was gonna go over the second and the third part of the document.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, you're good.
Well,
You're good.
What's the last thing you heard me say?
I didn't hear you. I heard you. Well, I heard you say what happened to the Louis thing.
Well, yeah, this had to do with your coverage because I was actually interested to see if you were gonna do more videos on it.
Yeah.
Like, did that like stop? Did you just not do it anymore, or did I miss it?
Redsky says at TJV he does that a lot. LOL. Apparently you leave the call a lot.
Oh yeah. Bad habit.
What ended up happening was I made part 1, part 2, and they were just covering the first part of the document. I thought the first part of the document had some weight to it. I thought, yeah, I could believe he is. And then what ended up happening was the first part had so much of a response. You know, I had a lot of people challenging me that I said I was going to respond to them, and I actually was pretty neutral about most of the responses, being like, hey, that may be the case, but I still believe he did these things. And that's just my personal opinion about that. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. I'm not requesting for anything to be done because Louis already off the platform. He's not really making content, so like there's nothing I'm really going to say. All I said is I hope law enforcement looks into it if if a lot of the stuff ends up being true. Hopefully they look into it. If they make the decision he's not guilty, then I'll take back me thinking that he's guilty then. But I'll still have problems with what I saw though. And then I was going to make another covering the second and third part. I got the second part, the script all typed up, ready to go for my video. And then the third part, I had maybe a quarter of it planned out. And then just other shit was going on, and I never got around to doing it. And I really wanted to do it because so many people were bringing up, do the Louis document thing. And I was like, okay, I got an interesting thing. I'm going to do like 8-9 parts all on it, 8 or 9 different videos covering each part by itself, individually, breaking it down, and then I'm going to put it all in one playlist and refer people back to that playlist. And I was going to do it all, and I was actually looking forward to it, and it just never fucking happened. So, like, it is what it is. I'm not super upset about it, but maybe in the future, if there's a good time to go back to it. But again, I'm not interested in bringing up old drama, because whenever that happens and I bring up old stuff like that, people always jump on me saying, oh, you're fucking milking it. You're fucking bringing up old shit just to stay relevant. And I'm like, no, because there's nothing else really to talk about. I feel like this would be a good time to do it. So maybe this January, February, if like drama's completely died down, there's nothing new coming about the normal things I'm talking about, maybe I'll make some time for it and say, hey, I'm looking into this. I think this part of the document is completely false and bullshit made up, and I think that this is done with ill intent, or I feel the other way about it. I feel like Louis is wrong about it. Again, I never really got a full chance to sit here and go through it all in full. I was just able to talk about the first part of the document I made, and the first part of the document I did research on. I messaged a few people that were involved in the document. I was able to see as much information as I possibly could. That's probably what I would want to do with the rest of it. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And now that Ohm is in my...
the Ohm and Delirious thing is kind of picked up, so that kind of takes precedence over everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, what I'll say with the Louis thing is I can see why he'd be pissed, though, right? Because, like, for me, I think that if somebody was calling me a pedophile, I'd be kind of pissed off. And I was like, yo, dude, that's not it. But, everybody's entitled to their opinion or whatever, right?
Right.
And I guess if he wanted to go the extra mile, he could do something about it. I don't know. I don't know how the legal shit works, but I don't know. If he wanted to pursue that, I guess it'd be fine. Be fair game, as they say. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, if I was being called a pedo by somebody, I'd kind of be fucking pissed.
Right.
I think you would be pissed, right? Like, you get pissed off when people try to pull that shit on your Discord, right? They were like, oh, TJB is a creep for this, and that, right? You got pissed at that too, right?
Oh, yeah, I got upset, but I didn't express it all online. I didn't go public with it. I didn't, because I knew that stuff wasn't going to pick up traction, because it's obviously fucking bullshit. And most of my staff members were even willing to go forward to say, hey, we can help speak on your behalf, because we fucking know about this bullshit. And So yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of, you know, if there's something that comes out and it has weight, it has evidence behind it, and I did something wrong, I mean, obviously I'd admit to it, but like, again, I don't have anything to admit. I think it's better to admit things before people even find out. It obviously would make you look better if you did that instead of being called out for it and then admitted to it, or even trying to say it's not true and then lie about it, like it might be happening. So, yeah, it is what it is. I just, right now my chat's doing some weird fucking shit. So Keem equals Lug, yes. There's this fucking kid named Lug that we know.
Crazy. Chat's always active. That's cool though. It's good to see. You love to see it, right?
Right. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I will cover the rest of the information I did not cover. It'll probably be Tuesday, Monday. You'll see a full video with a bunch of memes about Keem ranting to me. I'm gonna use the fuck out of that footage, so expect that tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, and then I will be back in a live stream probably on Tuesday, unless I need to make a live stream tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday. I'll be back. So
one final note to hyper emotional people on Discord that hate TJ, if you really want to be, you know, use productive energy, try making a video on him telling us why you don't like him other than your fifis. Kind of like Zombie Fox. He actually, at the very fucking least, made a video, right?
Right.
You should try doing that. Be productive.
And if you guys want my opinion and you guys would like to message me about it, feel free to join the Discord or get a hold of someone who's in my Discord that can get a hold of me. And I'm more than willing to give an interview to anyone who says they have quote-unquote allegations against me. Again, when you're going to talk about when you're going to talk about allegations as a commentary channel, you're naturally going to get people who don't like you. And when people don't like you, they're willing to go to great lengths sometimes to come up with fucking bullshit or
get both sides, basically.
Yeah,
right?
if you guys would like to come to me and get my statements, I'll give you all the statements. I'll give you fucking receipts. I'm not afraid to fucking show receipts. That's for goddamn sure. Like, hell, I'll show them fucking publicly and put everything to the goddamn rest, and that'll be the end of it. That's what I wish Zombie Fox did. Like, if you wanted receipts, I would have showed him, like, my DMs with these people and be like,
I like Fox. Fox is cool.
Yeah, but he showed a lot of DMs, and then he didn't really, like, show the messages before and after that. That kind of, like, showed that, like, you know, sometimes you'll have that. So, like, if I scroll up in our DM send, like, there's some shit, like, yesterday at 5:44 p.m. Imagine if I took that out of context right there. You know what you said.
5:44. 5:44.
Yesterday.
Let me call in Nuggy.
Yeah. Okay. So if I call, yeah. What happens if I took that out of context and I leaked it for you? I mean, like, you know, there's stories behind like DMs and everything, and like a lot of what I talked about with these ex-staff members, I was in calls with them while messaging them. So like sometimes I would message things that would be out of the ordinary, that I normally wouldn't DM a staff member about, but it wasn't anything bad. It was like I'd send a bunch of goofy fucking gifs, or I'd send a gif of like something really cute or something like that, and then they would say something in the call, and the staff team would sit here and fucking call. And I have staff members currently right now who will tell you that I do the exact same fucking thing currently. But you know, if people want to try to sit here and say that I'm a monster or I'm a fucking creep for all that, then go fucking ahead for it. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. So we're all a bit weird in DMs sometimes, especially with your friends, and that's exactly who they were. They were just friends of mine. So I expect, Sen, that you have DMs with some of your friends that you might look bad out of context or something like that, but it's just fucking DMs is all it is, and it's with people that you trust. So Neon right now calling me out in the chat. Yeah, TJV's a creep for real. It had to be this stream where Keemstar's keeping hella tabs on this stream. It had to be on this stream. I mean, the newest DRAMAALERT. TJV's a creep.
No, make it happen, Keem. You might as well at this point.
All right. Anyways, I will see you guys all next time. Again, expect a video tomorrow, Monday, for the whole Keemstar coming in here and ranting for so long, and then Tuesday will probably be the very next stream. Thank you guys to all who's donated. Sorry if I didn't get to read your chats. Go down in the description below. All the links to everything, my merch, my Amazon wish list. If you guys want something in the background to be sticking out, buy me something from there. My merch is down there. All my social media links. And go to my Twitter. I will be tweeting out fucking shit about this 100%. So make sure to go to my Twitter and follow me as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.